open mind for a different view, and nothing else matters. Never cared for what they say, never cared for games they play, never cared for what they do, never cared for what they know. And I know, yeah. So close, no matter how far. Couldn't be much more from the heart. Forever trusting who we are. No, nothing else matters.
Outfield is loud, yes, I'll give you that, but it's not this loud. The noise at practice is actually louder.
Way too rich to drive a Rolls. Made a milli out the stove. She like to put it in her nose. Pretty bitch with white toes. I done put on all the bros. I done put her in the rose. I done put up in the ghost. I done reached all my goals. Yeah, pull up with Yeezy and dollar sign. I'm all about business, I'm man to man. Pull up in the treat you like Caliban. Pull up with a record like go. So good she honorable. She ride it like a carnival. I done did the impossible.
Outfield is loud.
This time tomorrow, folks. This time tomorrow, we're at war. It's crazy, man. The season's come and gone. It's all come down to one game. But I want you guys to describe your emotions that you anticipate feeling come 6:30 tomorrow night when you're sitting in your chair at home. If you're fortunate enough to be going to this game, you're sitting in your seat in Kyle Field. You're a win away from Atlanta. You're playing against, you know who it is, but they're a top 3 team in the country. Last game of the season, last game of year 1 under Mike Elko. Chance to stay alive in the college football playoff, and after 13 years against your dearly hated rival in Texas, with the cost of losing being the end of your season goals and a resulting trip for Texas to the SEC championship in their first year in the conference. No pressure, right? It's a pretty incredible contrast in the outcomes between winning and losing this game. It's truly an elimination game. And make no mistake, those guys over there in orange, they look at it as a must-win too. So there's pressure on both sides. We know it's very likely that as Texas sits right now, they're a very likely playoff entry, regardless of what happens this weekend. But I've been talking to Longhorns. It's clear hearing from their coach. A trip to the SEC championship, first year in the conference by way of beating their heated rival, well, that's something they'd really love to do too. So yes, the pressure is on both sides. Probably a little bit more on our side because of all the stakes and, the cost of losing. But fortunately for us, that team is going to have to deal with the pressure of 100,000 screaming Aggies in just what might be the most unhinged college football atmosphere in recent history. It's going to be absolutely insane. It's going to be high intensity, nerve-wracking, edge of your seat kind of football. Last game of the year, everything on the line. Welcome to the eve of the game. A game that truly didn't need all of those extra added pieces to be what it is. But that just heightens the stakes, man. It just pushes it over the top. I mean, this game, people who aren't familiar with this rivalry, the youngins out there, the people who are maybe in high school right now, don't even remember this game. Kids that were born in Texas but haven't seen this game, young Aggies, young Longhorns, they're about to understand exactly what this rivalry is and what it means, because I think it's going to be an incredibly competitive, good football game. What a season. We've made it to the end. This is officially the last piece of content that I will be making during the regular season, because we're going to keep making content. But it's crazy. The year's already done. What a year, man. I mean, it's been a solid year one. You've had some high highs. You've had some low lows. But I've enjoyed the year, and I've really enjoyed every minute here talking about our Aggies and this sport that we love so much with you guys. You guys make this show, so I wanted to say thank you for your support, guys. Thank you for your comments, your calls, your presence, even the lurkers. I love you guys. And everything you add, not only to just this show, but to the community of college football in Texas A&M. I want to give you guys a round of applause, and I want you to give yourself a round of applause in the chat, however you can do that. If you could drop a clapping emoji, that would make me pretty happy. Thank you guys for being here. Eve of the game. We usually do this on Thursday, but because I had the day off today, we moved it to Friday. Plus, we had Thanksgiving yesterday. I hope everybody had a great turkey day, had great times with family, had some good food, maybe detoxing a little bit today or not, or just continuing the bender today. Whatever you're doing, I hope you've had a great time leading right into the main event, bigger than the national holiday, bigger than Thanksgiving, the game tomorrow. So as usual, the call-in link is pinned in the chat. Click that. You'll be prompted to enter the waiting room. And I want you guys to call your shot tonight, as we do with these preview videos. Will the Aggies pull off the upset as they currently sit as a 5-point underdog? Give me your score prediction for a chance to enter the Hall of Fame right here. We've only had one person get the score right this year. So if you guys want to give yourselves a chance to make that list right there, call in, give me your score. I would love to hear your score in the chat, but to enter that, you have to call it in. That's the only rule we have here. And I want to hear your keys to the game, guys. So if you're going to call in, save that stuff for your call. If you're not going to call in, put it in the chat. But I want you guys to sound off. Tell me where you're watching out of. Once we go through everybody here, I want to shout everybody out who's in the chat today, because you guys have been absolutely fantastic. And this is the last show of the regular season. I feel like it was just yesterday we were previewing Notre Dame, getting ready for the season, rebounding from that loss, getting ready for Florida, coming up big in that one, feeling good about the team after that one, understanding the O-line that we had, the defense we had, understanding what Marcel Reed was for that team, loving Le'Veon Moss and his progression, and then we had the lows of the recent games. But, of course, we had the highs of the Missouri blowout, the LSU second half, come from behind, dominating win. I can't believe it's already over, man. Almost. One more, one big one. So as you guys are typing in the chat, I'll get to you in just a second. A bit of housekeeping real quick. I haven't seen an injury report tonight, so we'll look at yesterday's injury report. Nothing too surprising if you've been keeping up with things. So for Texas, Quinn Ewers, probable. We really think he's going to play. There have been rumblings that he's not 100% at all in practice right now. Very limited in his mobility. If you watched him versus Kentucky last week, he was basically a statue in the second half. They were able to kind of dominate that game by running the football and kind of taking things out of Quinn's hand in that closing stretch of the game. They had a good lead, so they were able to do that, and they did really well in doing that. But Quinn Ewers being probable, probably plays, probably good enough to make plays, probably good enough to be a key piece in the game right now. But you wonder what that leash looks like if he's not truly 100%. Because I know a lot of people have talked about the chances of Arch Manning playing in this game and the challenge that he might present a defense. Obviously, a more physically imposing. I mean, he's a young guy, but he's a big dude. But fast and apt to run quarterback compared to Quinn. Now, my take, if you've been watching my shows throughout the week, I'd love to have a chance at Arch Manning. This would be his first away game, I believe, at least at this stage. He may have gotten reps, I'm not sure. But he has not gotten away game reps in this stage of a game. The biggest game he's played in was the Georgia game, and that game was a mess for the Longhorns. I expect them to do everything in their power to keep Quinn on the field. But if it's Arch, I would love our chance to throw to confuse him, because Elko and Bateman, they have some stuff in the war chest for this game, because third down packages, short yard situations, the different things, the different looks they can give defensively. I would love to try that stuff against a young quarterback and just see how he handles the environment on the road. So I know a lot of people are fearful of Arch, and I understand that upside is absolutely there. But I would be very, very perked up to see him out there, at least for a couple drives, the first initial drives, just to test the waters and see how that would look. Because I have a feeling if it were to happen, it would be very similar to the Georgia game. If things just aren't working with Quinn, I think they would throw Arch out there in a short leash situation. I think this is very much on the table right now with Quinn's injury status. If it wasn't injury status, I think it would be Quinn all the way. I think they would ride the ups and downs. But with him, with the hobbled nature of his ankle and all that stuff, I would not be surprised to get that look, guys. I would not be surprised at all. I would love to hear what you guys think about that and how you would feel about Arch Manning being out there. Of course, you acknowledge the upside, but again, I would love a chance at a young, but a young, inexperienced quarterback on this stage in the game. Moving to A&M side, Ruben Owens questionable, Jaden Hill questionable, Henderson questionable. The biggest one on this list, in my opinion, Will Lee III questionable, Chase Basantis questionable. So Chase Basantis played last game, had some good moments, had a couple of, a little bit of rust, maybe just coming back into form last game. But I think we know what he means to this O-line. His sheer power, he's a dominating force in the interior of that O-line. Definitely our second best O-lineman next to Trey Zune, and they dominate that left side. I would expect him to be closer to 100% than not this game, being that he was able to play last week, being that he played in an important game, important reps last week. I would think, unless there were any setbacks, that he would be good to go this weekend, this Saturday, probably the starter. But, of course, they could start and sub. They could start TJ Shanahan, who I thought had a decent game at Auburn. That's a pretty good front seven over there. I talked about Will Lee. What this Texas offense is all about. They have a really good quarterback. They have really good receivers. They have a really good offensive line. You need all hands on deck defensively, and Will Lee is absolutely a big one. We all know. We all know that Will Lee is our best coverage corner. And, of course, you feel really good about some stuff that Des Ricks does, but he is still a freshman. And if he's your best corner out there, and you have to pull in the young and still growing Javen Thomas, who made a lot of mistakes last week, who I think still has a great future as a corner for Texas A&M, I don't think you feel as good with that Will Lee out there. And that just kind of opens everything up. We saw them kind of shift to more of a zone defense. We've been a man defense the whole year. With Will Lee out, they probably just weren't as comfortable enough to do that. And I would love to man up against this team. I would love to get into our cover one against this team like we do. That makes us really good in run support. Getting Dalton Brooks back the middle of this season, we saw what him in cover one can do for this run stop defense. It was a very important move, a very important progression early in the year. And you need Will Lee to kind of make that whole defense complete. Now, it sounds like he's going to play based on what Elko's been saying, but we'll have to keep an eye on that. Jalen Henderson, you would love to have quarterback depth. He's been out for a while. I don't have any lean there. Jaden Hill, again, Elko said he might play. He probably will play. We have a very good backup in BJ Mays. You feel pretty good about, so not as desperate there. Then the big one everyone wants to talk about is Ruben Owens. And unless there's been this master plan all along to get him full go and ready for this game, I just cannot foresee great impact in a first game back in almost a year coming off of an injury at this stage, at this level versus Texas. But that's if there wasn't a plan to do so. I think it's a small chance, but there is a world where he's been kind of getting healthy enough to play, but they're holding him out, being very safe with it, letting him fully recover. He's been practicing. To what level, we don't fully know. It sounds like it was mostly no contact the last few weeks. This week, probably more ramped up. Again, I don't come into this game expecting much from Ruben Owens. But if you were to get Ruben Owens, if you were to get some impact there, that would obviously be very, very helpful because the running game is going to play a key role in this game, and that's going to be one of my keys to the game. All right, that gets us caught up on just the housekeeping part of the night. I do want to get into some of my keys to the game. I want to hear your keys to the game. I have no one waiting in the call-in room right now. Now would be a great time to click that link and call in and get in that waiting room. I'm going to go through one quick spiel here, go through my keys to the game. We're going to say hi to everybody in the chat first, and then we'll get right into the calls. Now's a good time to get in. Give me your score prediction and give me your keys to the game. If you're not going to do that, throw it in the chat, and I'll read it right now. Let me make sure I don't have anything else I want to go through before we go right into this real quick. I think we are good. All right. Let's say what's up to everybody who's here tonight. Thank you guys so much for being here. Last regular season show of the year. Eve of the game. Eve of the one for all the marbles on our season goals and against Texas. It's back, guys. The rivalry's back. Matt Myers, Horns by 50. Put money on it now. Put $100 on it right now. Thanks for being here, Matt. Alex Flo, it's been a crazy season. It sure has, man. It sure has. It's been pretty negative as of recent, but we've seen this team with some really high highs on the year like we were just talking about. Got to get back to that form to beat the hell out of Texas. Thomas Life just got back from Yell practice, man. What a turnout. Third deck and like half of the end zone lower decks, just, full force, 12th man. The team was there. What a beautiful, beautiful Yell practice the night before the game returns. John Peroni, Gig 'em Aggies. Jeb, Georgia Tech with the upset. Yeah, I had it on, but as I was talking, I wasn't paying attention. Did Georgia Tech just score again? I saw they went up 3-0, and they got the ball back. Miller Upton, can't wait. Me neither, man. I'm so excited. I'm nervous, excited, optimistic, but also, got a level of fear, man. You got to have a level of fear going into games, and the team will too. You got to have appropriate fear, and I have that right now because this is a legit opponent with legit stakes, but I also can't wait, man. I also can't wait. This is going to be such an atmosphere. If you come up on top, this will be, a legendary night because of all the stakes. The game is back. So many reasons. I can't wait either, Miller. Thanks for being here. Alex, all my homies hate TU too. All my homies hate them too, except for my homies that went to school there. For some reason, they like them. Duke Pastrami, Aggies humiliate the Horns 38-13. I want what he's having. Let's do it. Let's get it done. Sharts videos. Yes, sir. Good to see you, Sharts. Young Alpha Cobra. I like that name, man. Gig 'em. SB Hustler might be a blowout, not going to lie. In which direction? What do you mean by that? Elaborate, SB Hustler. Thanks for being here, man. I'm going to miss you I miss all you guys, but I know SB Hustler's a regular in the watch parties. My watch party will be front and center at the game tomorrow. Christmas is canceled. I bought a ticket. Spencer Rojas, Longhorn in the chat. Thanks for being here, man. I appreciate your support. He's been here pretty much kind of off and on the whole season, been pretty respectful. Some good Longhorns out there for sure, and you're one of them, Spencer. Appreciate you, man. I know you're going to talk your trash when you need to, but appreciate you. But I hate you. West Texas Aggie fan. Going dark at 12 a.m. till after the game is over. Time for battle. Prepare for battle. Gig 'em. Thanks, West Texas. I appreciate you. Gary Merton, start quick, finish strong, beat the hell out of TU. That's amen to that, man. A quick start would be a warm welcome after the last couple of losses, the last couple of SEC games. Slow starts must be avoided. That's not going to be a key that I go through right now. When I give my keys, these are just some pieces I'm highlighting. It's not exhaustive, but that is absolutely a key to this game. You cannot start slow. Great choice for the opening song. Nothing else matters, man. Nothing else matters. Thanks, Broken Coast. Sharts says 27 good guys, TU 24. Thank you. I appreciate it. I like it. Michael Bruno, 31-20 Aggies. Gary Mertens, play with Elko technique and scheme. Play with Moffitt intensity for 4 quarters. Amen. John Peroni, 34-28. Yes, sir. Benjamin beat the hell out of TU. Yep. Gary, 28-24 Ags. Barnes, good luck to you. Game day in town to showcase you guys. We got the bookend of the season. We got game day featuring College Station to open the year. It was a loss, unfortunately. Now we get it to close the year. Great chance for a brand boost. Maybe the best recruiting visit list we've seen ever going into this game. I think maybe the closest one we've seen recently is the one versus Notre Dame to start the year. But another 100-plus prospects at this game. And just the national implications of building a brand. Huge opportunity. And yep, game days in town. Texas owns Kyle Field. Always has, always will. Keep typing it. Keep saying it. Gary says volume's low. Is the volume low? I'll boost it a little bit. I don't want to be too loud. Let me see if I can fix the volume a little bit, because sometimes it just decides to get quiet. And it doesn't warn me, and I have to go into the advanced audio properties. Yep. I usually run it at 200%, and it dropped to 98% unprompted. That should be a little better. Is that volume better? Let me know. You watching the Georgia game? Yeah, I have it up. I have Georgia Tech on a drive. I have a tight end dragging a Georgia body to the 3-yard line. This is an interesting game right now in the second quarter, by the way. Yes, I have it on. I'm watching with you guys right now. It's in the background. Noah 2 Wavy, man. Good to see you. I appreciate your support as always. Howdy, Ags. Enjoy the game if you're going, Noah. I know you go to most games. I had to come to Matagorda to watch the game alone. My wife refused to deal with the yelling and screaming for this game. What can I say? I've been waiting for this for 13 years. I'm going alone as well. I'm going alone. Fiance said it's not worth spending $7 to $1,000 on my ticket, so you just go, which I respect and I understand. Kyle Field's a lot different now from the early 2000s, way bigger now. It's a different place. Have you ever considered doing a Yell practice live stream? They did it today. I don't think it's by the university. It used to be on the university Instagram. They stopped doing that, but it was on some kind of local broadcast. Some news network posted it on YouTube. They were live during the Yell practice today. Benjamin says this game is different. It's personal. It's old school. Anything is possible. The hits will be punishing. The crowd will be loud. A&M wants it, and TU knows it'll not be a cakewalk. Bloodshed guaranteed. Absolute guaranteed. You're 100% right. This is a real high-stakes, high-intensity game, Benjamin. Everyone wish me luck. I'll be in enemy territory with my family that are all Texas fans. That does not sound fun. Good luck. Good luck. Nick, appreciate the clapping emoji. Trying to figure out what bar I want to watch the game at. You're going to watch this at a bar? Dude, I could not watch this in public. I could not do it. If I'm not at the game, I'm live streaming here because I'm alone with you guys. I could not watch this game amongst randoms. Miller Upton, what's up, Drew? Ags will win by 3. I hope so, man. I think so. That's my prediction. I think we win by 4. You get to go to the game. Awesome, Miller. Awesome. You think Owens gets a few carries? Quinn isn't healthy, but he's going to play. Yeah, he's gimpy. Yep. Y'all don't want to see Arch. I want to see Arch. I might not want to see Arch after a couple drives, but I want to test Arch out. That's for sure. Putting Arch in if you're losing makes sense for Texas, though. Get to rest Quinn for the playoffs and give yourself an out. Yeah, sure. That's not a bad point at all. Yeah. That's you said it well. That's a very good point. Arch at Kyle, I want to see it. Exactly. Me too. I went through this, Nick. Yeah, I think he could play. He could be healthy. He could be suited out, but I wouldn't expect a huge impact unless there has been a plan all along for him to, kind of culminate his ramp up with this game in some sort of substantial role. By the way, Georgia Tech just scored a touchdown. They're up 10-0 at Georgia with 4:40 to go in the half. Crazy stuff. Rivalry weekend. Wow. Built-in excuse. Yeah, absolutely. Arch was rattled in the Georgia game, too. They both were. I bet Owens gets a few carries. Hill and Lee has to play. Yep. Ted Prickett, good to see you, Ted. What's up, boys? Hit the likes. Yes, if you could hit the likes, that would help me greatly. Thank you for being here. Thank you for supporting all year, Ted. Really appreciate you, man. Texas likes to throw the screens and short passes. Hill will do good in that department. Yeah, Hill is good in that department. Hill gets burned in the deep stuff, but he's good in the short stuff, 100%. Ricks gets beat too much. He kind of got mossed last game. Look, you got to take the bad with the good when you're starting a freshman-age player. I know he's not technically a freshman. He's a redshirt freshman, but he is an early class. He has a great future. He's just super young, and I don't think he can be your top corner. I think you really want to have Will Lee out there. I think the future with Ricks is fantastic, though. I think Lambert Smith is way better than any of the Texas receivers right now. I think the way Coleman's playing right now, I think as far as jump ball threats for sure. But they have a wealth of riches there, a bunch of route runners, a bunch of guys that can make things happen after the catch. And who knows how healthy Bond is this game, because he's a guy whose speed can change a game. Don't lose track of Bond. Exactly. Yep, you read my mind right there. Or I read yours, I guess, Barnes. Appreciate you always being here too, Barnes. Appreciate all you guys. If you change their drill, I'm calling it 8. I got you 2 different would you rather. You hit me with the dirty would you rathers. Dr. Diabolical coming in hot. All right. Yeah, I have nobody besides Lash. Lash is jumping back on tonight, guys. But anybody else wants to get in the call-in room, we have open phone lines beyond Lash. Now's a good time to get in. But yeah, you should be good to call in about that time, Ted. Bond's good. He hasn't been healthy. Yeah. He has not. He's been banged up. He's been a little bit hobbled. But, he could be healthy now. It's been some time. I don't see Ruben Owens playing. Yeah, I'd be surprised. I wouldn't be surprised if he suits out, though, and he's there. I wouldn't be surprised if he got a carry either, but I would be surprised if he played a big impact in this game. I'd give Owens a red zone run. The mic is really low. I think I fixed it. Did I fix it? The other mic is louder. This one's louder. I think they should both be good now. I hope I fixed it. Y'all let me know after I did that. I don't know. It just sometimes there's like an invisible page that I have like the standard bar, but then I have to right click it, go to advanced properties, then I can switch like the baseline level. And for some reason, it just resets down to 98% every now and then. Bit quieter. Yeah, I'll gamble. You got Barnes. The Bama fan says A&M 28-21. Love the block TCAP. Yes, I just got it as a gift. Thank you, man. Appreciate it. Remember what a steer is and how it got that way. Bust out the Burdizzo Zags. We might have to talk about that in just a second, Lash, won't we? I still can't believe we lost to Auburn. I know. That start to the game. 21-0, man. Can't do that on the road. Can't do that at home this game either. TX427, wish you were doing another watch along for the game tomorrow night. Have fun at the game and yell for us. Yeah, so my goal right now, be at the game, lose the game, I'll drop a video right after, and it'll be a sad, depressing video. If we somehow win, if we find ourselves on the right side of the game tomorrow, I will hustle home from College Station to San Antonio, and I will go live at 1:30 a.m. with you guys. So if anybody will be up, if A&M finds a way to win tomorrow, we will be up. We will be live tomorrow night, middle of the night. So more stakes on the game if that's your kind of thing. Defense has to show up. I know Texas has a great defense, but I believe we can move the ball. Defense has to show up. They have not shown up for 2 games in a row. Georgia is in trouble. Yes, they are. It's crazy. It's crazy. Did they just update the injury list, says Young Alpha Cobra? We're doing this on the fly. Let's check it out. Someone keep talking while I do this. I'm just kidding. Let's see here. Updated list. Yep. Okay, the only difference is Chase Basantis is now probable, as we kind of predicted, because he played last game. Basantis probable, as close to 100% as possible is the best outcome for us. You need to move the ball. We'll talk about that in just a second. It's one of my keys, actually. Yeah, Basantis is now probable. Just take note. He's going to play, most likely, 90%. Did Georgia Tech just get the ball? Did Georgia Tech just get the ball back? Up 10-0? Something's happening tonight. Something's in the air for the underdogs, right? Not in the Egg Bowl. Mississippi State tried real hard, though. Hopefully our defense shows up from the jump. You need that. Georgia doing nothing in the first half per usual. Second half team. Exclusively the second half, though. Looks like the dogs are in a fight tonight. It's Aggie Legend Haynes King night. We'll do a couple more minutes of chat. I'll give you my keys and we'll get right into calls. Giving you guys a chance to call in. I only have one person waiting. If not, we can go short and I'll just go through the chat because I'm having a good time with you guys in the chat just talking here. If I watched this game in public, I would wind up in jail. I believe you. And as if Ruben Owens is playing, still questionable. I wouldn't expect him to have a major role as of right now unless there's some master plan for him to be healthy this game. They've been working to this. I don't think so, though. Do y'all think the players feel the rivalry and how heated it is like the old school players did? No, because they haven't grown up with it. But I think the game tomorrow, feeding off the crowd, feeding off the media, feeding off of what it means, I think it'll be a boost in that regard. You know what I mean? I think they're about to find out what it means. I think they sense it. I think the players feel it. But I don't think they know it yet, and I think that changes tomorrow, especially if the game is a close game like a lot of us think it will be. Sark knows how to get his receivers open and run funky formations. Defense has to stay disciplined, of course. Who will score first? I have no idea. I don't even want to get into that. I don't even want to think about it. I don't know. Hopefully us. Rally to the ball. No atomic shoulders. No atomic shoulders, man. It's been a problem. A problem at times last game. A problem the entire game versus South Carolina. Are you taking calls right now? I'm multitasking right now, but I'll be able to make a call in a bit. Yeah, jump on in a bit. No problem. I still probably have 10, 15 minutes of talking before we take the first call. You'll be up there. Y'all be up. Yep. You'll be up. You'll be up at 1:30 if we win. I'm not doing it if we lose. I'll post a video if we lose, though. Georgia is in big trouble, man. 2-minute warning. Georgia Tech has the ball. They're down, though. Against Auburn, we did a good job of spreading the ball around 100%, and we need to build off of that and add a running game. If we win, I won't be able to sleep. I'll be joining the late. Yes, absolutely. That's what I'm thinking. I'm going to get home safe. I'm not going to drink on this trip because I'm going alone. I'm going to drive there and back. I need to be full energy. So I'll be hustling back. All right. Real quick, my keys to the game. You've watched. I put like 3 videos out this week. I've gone live this week. Y'all probably know how I'm feeling. But before we get into calls where we get your keys to the game, I'll give you mine. It's a game that I have A&M winning. And it's not a full confidence prediction, of course. It's a really tough game to win versus a good opponent with really high stakes. But I do feel like A&M wins this game, and of course I'm biased, and it could be that I just want it so bad that I think that. And that you got to put that out there. That's probably the case with all of us too. There's a million things we need to do right in this game to win. But these are what I want to emphasize, things that I'm specifically looking for. And of course we need a bunch of other things as well. And I'll let you guys give those other things. But here are what I am looking for specifically at the top of my list amongst a ton of other things. So you got to feed off the home field. This is my first key. Feed off the home field. And I mean that in so many different ways. I mean, obviously, energy from the crowd-wise, that's obviously there. But I think it's become pretty apparent that this is just a different team at home than on the road. At least, we're kind of banking on that right now. Because you've played your best games in Kyle Field this year. And you've played your worst games on the road and recently, unfortunately. It's no secret that this defense has really struggled in these last 2 road SEC matchups. And I think that really starts with the defensive line. So when it comes to feeding off the home field, it starts with the D-line. They're the strength of the team. And while they've been down, they still have the most upside of any position group on the team. The secondary is not elite. The linebackers are not elite. I think they've made fantastic strides on the year, and that all came kind of grinding to a screeching halt these last couple of games. And the D-line can and must help the rest of this defense out. Along with Elko and Bateman, painting a muddy picture for Quinn Ewers and their elite O-line, the D-line has to win their matchups. The D-line has to be very disciplined outside contain and in the running game. This coaching staff has to make pressures and blitzes really hard to identify. They have to shift late like Georgia did to really foul up this Texas offense. If you're kind of just playing ball with what you're showing and what your look is from when you line up to the snap of the ball, Sark has a chance to audible or whisper into Quinn's ear whatever Sark wants to in his fancy, high-level Sarkisian offense. You want late alignments, you want late shifts, you want to show stuff, you want to paint a muddy picture in those last 15 seconds like Georgia did very often in their game to put things all in the hands of Quinn to read. And he's very good, but you want it out of Sark's hands. You got to paint a muddy picture. This defense has to play better at home. So first and foremost, we're banking on defensive progression. And I have to believe that coming home can really give us a boost in that department. So that was a long key to the game. D-line has to play really well, and you have to feed off this home crowd. We think this is a better home team than away team, and I think the evidence is there, not only this year, but for the last 3 years where we haven't won a road game besides the couple this year. So, yeah, we're banking on the home field being a little bit of a boost for this team, specifically the defense. Sticking with the defense, I think it's very important in this game not to let them find a run. It's been a very inconsistent running team this year. They're dealing with similar running back issues that A&M is. I would say A&M is now in a deeper hole now without Le'Veon Moss. They have two guys, and they've both fumbled the ball a lot this year, especially Blue. They've not been a super consistent running team. But if they find it this game, like they did late versus Kentucky, they get 4 yards a pop, they can stay on schedule. And a Sarkisian team on schedule is a very, very lethal offensive approach. You need to keep them out of manageable down and distance because that whole fancy-ass Sark playbook is available if they're in manageable down and distance. And I think they're going to get some stuff in the short passing game. That is their bread and butter. But you cannot give them the added boost of getting 4 yards a pop. Our run defense has kind of gone the wrong direction the last couple of games. That needs to get back. So I'm making a key to the game, stopping the run. I think specifically against this team. You got to keep them off schedule, and you got to get them in obvious passing downs. Because when they're running side to side, when they have a bunch of pre-snap motion, when they're having, double fake reverses, 2 handoffs, 2 reverses, whatever the crazy stuff they've been doing this year, all those viral videos of Quinn, spinning around twice and giving some unexpected handoff the opposite direction of traffic, you're in trouble. And they can make any team pay in that regard. So you got to keep them off schedule. They can't be able to do that on 3rd and manageable. You got to keep them in 3rd and 6 plus. And even that, is going to be a tough ask to stop, but it gives you a chance to get into Elko's strong suit, which is 3rd and long passing situations, bringing the heat from unexpected areas, painting that muddy picture like we've been talking about. So defensively, D-line improvement, coming home, being better at home overall, but starts with the D-line and stopping that run. Do not let them find that because we all know what they do in the screen game. We all know what they do in the short passing game. That's there, but don't give them that added boost of a running game that they haven't really had all year. They've had it sometimes, and they've looked really good when they've had it, so don't let that happen. Offensively, obviously you need everybody on their A game. You're learning life without Le'Veon Moss. You feel like you made some strides in the passing game last week, but now it goes the other way. When you got to find a running game. And I'm not just talking about Marcel improvising. We're going to need a big Marcel Reed game. You got to find it with Amari. You got to find it with E.J. Smith. You got to find it with Terry Bussey. You got to find it running between the tackles. Every Longhorn I've talked to, every scouting report says they feel really good about their defense, and the numbers are there statistically. Eye test, that defense is really good. But they all feel the most vulnerable running between the tackles. They feel like if you're going to get something and find something, you might have to run right at their D tackles. And that's something that A&M has done really well at times this year, but not since losing Basantis and Le'Veon Moss. You haven't had an impactful running game since you lost Le'Veon. But now you're about a month out from that. What can you find? Marcel's been your best running threat. Can you get 4 a pop from Amari? And I think a lot of that can be improved by getting Basantis back as well. I think that could play a huge role in this game because we know how good he is, especially in that run block, especially just moving bodies, him and Zune comboing, him helping the center out because we like Feyu, but he's looked a lot better with Basantis next to him. So that could play a big role there. Can you get 4 a pop on handoffs? And then my other offensive key, I'll go 2 and 2, 2 defense, 2 offense. Reed's got to hit his deep shots, man. You can't let them creep up and sell out for short passes in the running game. If safeties are able to creep up and not be punished for that, we are screwed. Colin Klein takes his shots, but Reed doesn't always hit them. Reed has overthrown several deep shot opportunities in the game, and you don't have to hit a bunch of them. You have to hit I'm watching Georgia Tech score almost. You have to hit a couple of them. You have to hit your deep shots to keep the defense honest. And I think that's really, really important. Really good secondary you're going up against. So you really need to be very balanced offensively. You need to have run and pass, but you got to hit some deep shots to back those safeties up. And I'm excited to try some of these big bodies, Ja'Day Walker and Noah Thomas in the red zone and in corner route, fade route situations because they have something that you can't technically match up with, and that's elite size, 6'4" and 6'6". We would love to hit some of those targets. Like Reed had a really good corner touchdown to Noah Thomas last game. I want to see more of that because that's his best attribute right there. He is really good in those jump balls. We got to be accurate with them. We got to hit our deep shots. There's a million other things we got to do right, but those are the 4 I'm highlighting for you guys today. I want to hear the rest from you guys. I see some people now in the waiting room. Let's check in with the chat one more time, and then we'll take calls for your guys' chance to get into the Hall of Fame down there, get the score prediction right, and get your keys to the game on the table. Colin Boone says, SEC night games are different, and the Sips haven't played one yet. Very true. We've been in a bunch of them, at home and away. They've been in, I think, one intense night game this year versus Georgia. They lost that game at home. This team has been there before. They had a road game versus Michigan, elite environment. They had the game last year versus Bama, a lot of players back, but recently, no. So hopefully that can play a big role in the game. And talking to Horns, there have been some offensive penalty problems. Not obviously detrimental to their success, but there have been some there. Hopefully we can force them into some more penalties. Aggie legend Haynes King and Chase Lane causing all kinds of problems for UGA. Oh, did they just jump in? They just scored! Georgia Tech just scored, man! They're up 17-0 going into the half. Look at the Surrender Cobra at halftime. We got a halftime Surrender Cobra by the Georgia Bulldogs against the Georgia Tech Yellow Jackets. Holy cow. Dead cow. Dead Longhorn. Anyway, that's crazy. Ken Ford here from Myrtle Beach, class of 83. Will not have missed the game for the world. Amen, man. 110,000 at this game, at least. If Elko doesn't take over the play calling duties and it's already over, Bateman is pathetic. I would say last game was a weird look defensively, and we need to improve on that, whatever that means, however we can get that done. Space Jesus Tech about to score again. They did. Indeed, they did. Is Owens going to play at all? I wouldn't be shocked if he got a couple carries. I would be shocked if he had a huge impact in the game, being this is his first game back, unless there was like a grand plan over the last 6 weeks or so to ramp him up and have him ready in this game, more ready than we would have expected based on this being his first game back. So unless there's some grand plan going on behind the scenes we don't know about, I wouldn't expect him to have a huge impact. Hope to be wrong, obviously. Read overthrows Noah every game. That's exactly what I'm talking about. We got to hit on some of those. And yeah, SB Hustler. Georgia damn Tech. Georgia damn Tech. All right, guys. Let's get into the calls one last time this regular season, and it starts with the biggest Longhorn hater in this community. Lash, you're on with Drew. How are you feeling tonight?
A combination of really excited and really nervous.
Of course, man. Of course. It's the rivalry. It's back. It's bragging rights. But you also have, such an opportunity ahead of you.
Yep. An opportunity to bust out those Berdizos and crush some Longhorn you-know-whats.
You want to quickly tell us what a Berdizo is for?
A Berdizo is for castrating livestock, specifically cattle and sheep.
Yeah.
And it does so by crushing both the vas deferens and the arteries that supply blood to the testicles, and then you get to just watch them wither and disappear.
I hope our defense is just one big Berdizo tomorrow. Wouldn't that be great?
That's the key to the game, if you ask me. For specifically our D line against their O line. If we don't win that battle, it's going to be a long day.
Yeah, our D line versus their O line. Yeah, absolutely. That is so important. That's where we're supposed to make our money. That's everything for us. The D line has to be at their best. I'll say this though, Lash. If we're banking on one part of this team to play better than they have recently, and it's that D line, I feel as good about that as I would for any part of the team because we know the talent that's there.
Yep. Anyhow, yeah, I am definitely going to be sticking pins in my Bevo voodoo doll.
Please do.
And one thing, I mean, I've been gone 50 years. It's hard to believe because almost 50 years.
Where you been?
Well, I graduated in 78, so I've been all over the place. Yeah.
Chicago, Ohio, if I remember correctly. Are those are 2 stops you've made?
Chicago area and Louisiana for a while.
Oh, gotcha. So it's safe to say your key to the game is defensive line dominating this game.
Yeah, that's what we're going to, because if you got a defensive line that makes the quarterback throw from his backside, that can make up for a sometimes leaky secondary.
Oh yeah, and we're not great out there. Linebackers have been inconsistent, but if the D line plays its best, it just helps everything out. It helps that whole defense breathe. Because I do think they're good enough if they get that boost from the D line.
Yep. I'm gonna be 70 in February. I'm more than a few pounds overweight. I could cover a receiver for a second and a half if you give me an even start. All I need is the D line to get there before the difference in athleticism manifests itself.
I would love to see that, and I would also love to see Will Lee out there because he's going to be an important player because he's our best one-on-one guy on the team. But you're right. It just gives you an extra second out there. It gives you everything. But, Lash, I don't know if you gave a score prediction last time you were on. Did you?
Nope. And on this game, I don't give one, and I'll tell you why. Because if I was going to pick TU, I would choke on the words.
Yeah.
Even if I thought they were going to win, I would never say it out loud because it's just, I can't.
I understand.
And if I picked us out loud, it's the kiss of death. It's why I don't bet on anything.
Yeah.
It's a sure thing until Lash bets on it, and then it's the kiss of death.
Yeah, I know. It's the jinx. I can't bet A&M either. I totally understand that, and I respect your decision.
If I had Alabama play on a high school team,
yeah,
as soon as I bet on it, somehow the high school team would win.
Yeah. I know exactly the feeling. I know exactly what you mean. You are the kiss of death. You are the jinx. But Lash, any other thoughts about the Longhorns going into this game? Maybe how you feel about them. Maybe how you feel about their fans. Maybe just your general, peachy attitude towards them. And we'll call it a night because I've enjoyed your commentary on that school.
The last Yell practice I went to before, the last time we played TU at home, you know how the Yell leaders tell some borderline off-color jokes.
Yeah. Yep.
Well, there's one where they're talking about these 3 guys are in a bar. And the first one says, I'm been happily married for 10 years. I got 2 great kids. I make $100,000 a year. You have to remember this was in 1977. It was because we yeah, see, yeah, it was 77. It was because it was the last time we played TU at home before I graduated. Anyway, so $100,000 may not be much now, but in 1977 that was like unheard of. Anyway, so and I got anyway when my kids are old enough, I'm gonna I said I went to that Texas university, and when my kids are old enough, I'm gonna send them to that Texas university so they can be with their kind.
Yeah.
And the second guy stands up and he says, "Yeah, I've been married for 15 years. I got 4 kids. I went to that Texas university and I make $150,000 a year. And when my kids are old enough, I'm going to send them to that Texas university so they can be with their kind."
Yeah.
Well, the third guy stands up and he goes, "I went to that Texas A&M university. I make $250,000 a year.
Oh, shit.
I ain't been married. I ain't married. Ain't been married. I ain't never gonna be married. And I got 12 kids. And when they grow up, I'm gonna send them all to that Texas university so they can be with their kind."
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. That's beautiful, Ash. That's beautiful. You know, we got a Texas person in the chat saying I make $2 million a month and I'm a Texas grad of 21. I don't believe him. I think they're full of it. I don't.
Yeah, if you could shovel those Bevo chips in a bag and sell them, you'd really keep America green.
Yeah, 100%. All right. Any closing thoughts, Lash?
Yeah, I got a better one. This one I didn't hear at Yell practice, but I heard at freshman orientation.
Okay.
The director of admissions at TU and the director of admissions at A&M are on a fishing trip. And the TU guy is being as obnoxious as T-SIPs generally are. And he says, I hear you have a lot of problems with degenerates at A&M. What? And the A&M guy says, "Well, where did you hear that? We don't put up with that crap here." And he goes, "Well, I just heard, if you do catch one, how do you deal with it? Just, we don't mess around. We take them to the office and we cut off a finger."
Yeah.
And the TU guy goes, "Oh God, really? You cut off a finger? Well, what do you do if you catch them a second time?" "We don't fool around with them. We take them right back to the office and we cut off another finger."
Yeah.
And the TU guy is turning 3 shades of green at this point. He's like, "Oh God, that's awful. I'm afraid to ask. What do you do if you catch them a third time?" He goes, "Well, then we expel them and we send them down Highway 6 to Austin, and you see them all running around like this." And he holds up the hook 'em horn symbol.
Yep. You chop them off, you saw them off, and you send them to Austin. That's
right.
That's beautiful, Lash. Well, all right, Lash. I know you're not watching this one until we win. I know you're watching the replay. I don't know what you'll be doing while you know the game is on.
There's a gazillion other games on, so I'll be peeking at the score and watching whatever else is on at the same time.
Yep. All right, Lash. Well, I wish you best of luck. I hope to hear from you next week, but I have a feeling that'll be based on the outcome of the game.
Yeah, well, whether I'm in jail for, like one of the T-SIPs that lives on the block decides to give me any, Yeah. Yeah, well.
You're the wrong guy to mess with this week.
Yep, that's why I hide in the house and just, because I want to wait till it's over and then see what they've got to say.
Amen to that. All right, Lash. I appreciate the call, man. I knew you would have to call in this night before the game. I appreciate it. You have a great night, and let's beat the hell out of them.
You got it. Saw him off.
Saw him off, baby. All right, Lash. Good night. Good stuff from Lash as usual. I knew he had to get those last digs in. It's just what he does. Let's move things right along. Noble Guy, you're on with Drew. How you feeling on this game day eve, my friend?
I speak for everyone and their mothers, no matter how many mothers they have. We're all stoked.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, Lash really set the night on the right tone, as he usually does.
Yeah.
Okay. But yeah,
he
no,
has
hey,
to. You know, he had that. You know, he had those queued up for weeks. He's been waiting.
Got a whole, I'm thankful though, for sure, like 50 years worth of hate for TU.
It's built up. Yeah.
Yeah, especially after the last 13, it's been a while coming.
Yep.
But hey, I love the preview videos you've been making. Honestly, I think it's been kind of impossible to consume everything that could be consumed as far as Texas A&M coverage can go. So this week it's been kind of selective, especially when you know that majority of the country's taking Texas.
Here, I'm going to tell you this, and I don't know if you agree with me here, but honestly, we felt the weight of this game for a couple years since it got announced, since they joined the SEC, they were put on the schedule. I'm over the talk, dude.
I am too.
I'm over the back and forth. I'm over the Twitter trolls. I'm over the shit talk. I want to see a freaking football game played between these two teams. I'm done with the talk. This is as much talk as I'll do as this show here. I'm done consuming. I'm done with everything. We know what this is. We know what it means. It's time to go put pen to paper and make it happen.
Yeah, I don't think there's a new way to break down this game, because it's everything that could be said has been said on this side. So it really doesn't matter if teams show up and then who comes to the rises to the occasion.
Yeah.
I 100% agree though. Really it's quite and I did listen to this week has been a lot more peaceful than I anticipated, but probably primarily because I've been shutting it out and just doing Thanksgiving stuff. Yeah. But I think a lot of the A&M Texas coverage has been better than I thought. I thought it would be a lot more Texas slanted in the sense of obviously they're on a win streak and they've been looking good, whereas A&M's coming off some cold performances. And a lot of ESPN's been just outright picking Texas, which is not surprising. But then some of the college football nerds and some other guys who have been breaking it down have been painting the path for an A&M victory a lot more clear. And I want to make sure everyone knows that, hey, Texas is favored, and they should be favored. They've been playing better in the last couple of weeks than A&M has. And, everything, says that they probably should win this one. However, this game is not built on trends. This name is not built on, built on paper. And then this A&M team, though, is built to kill Texas. We saw this in the beginning of the season. Our D-line was meant to, our D-line was supposed to go after Quinn from the get-go. And then our offense was supposed to develop throughout the whole thing under Colin Klein, who has had great, success against Texas. And don't tell me about the win-loss record, because the wins-losses aren't measured on the OC. I want you measure Kansas State's success on what they were able to do with the players they had at the time against Texas' defense. That he should make every Texas ball knower sweat with the idea of CK calling the play calls.
Yeah, 100%, man. I mean, I've been looking forward to that matchup since Nick Scorton and Shamar Turner were confirmed on the team this year. Their D-line, our offensive line, all off-season talk was about how that O-line was going to be so great, and it has been really, really freaking good.
Last year they were better. They were better
future
last year.
pros. It's a tough challenge, and of course, our D-line is coming off of 2 bad games, so that makes it really weird. But we can't forget the guys that are in this unit, what they can do. It's going to be a great matchup. I cannot wait for that side of the ball. That's obviously the headline side of the ball is when they have the ball and we're on defense. I can't wait to see how we handle 3rd and long passing downs. I feel like this team has obviously just looked like a different team at home, and we just know the upside of some of these players defensively. And yes, that's D-line, but that's also some guys in the secondary we were really happy with the progression of until a few games ago. So, yeah, man, I don't expect the same performance, obviously, as we got the last couple of away games. I just think, there's a good chance A&M plays their best game of the year this game because of the stakes and backs against the wall, wounded animal mode, all those buzzwords or whatever. It should be able to bring the best out of them. And it's a mature unit. That D-line is a very veteran, mature unit.
the wins, but if you look at the performance alone of the players, and of the units, they're not obviously haven't been able to put it together off of for 4 quarters, and that's why we've lost. But when you see them play in spurts, they've been able to, even on the road, it looks like units that are able to really challenge. Like our defense has taken a step back on the road, and I think we all agree that they're going to play better at home. Our offense, though, has looked better and better by the week. And I think both these things are going to align. So, it's a complete football on both sides of the ball coming back home in this kind of environment.
Yeah, the one thing that I'm just remain apprehensive about, it's because of injuries, is the running game. That's just the one piece I'm just like, well, is that there? Is that there with what we have? That's the one piece of the team where it's like we have to see something we don't know we're capable of, in my opinion.
With the run game.
Uh-oh. Noble, I think I lost you there. Noble, you with me? You might have to change your setup. Oh, you're cutting in and out. I'll give you a couple more seconds, Noble. Oh, whatever you did, I think is better.
Is that better?
Way better. Yes, sir.
Okay, give me a second. Let me step outside.
You're at the gym right now? You getting a workout in?
That's what I meant by multitasking.
I appreciate that, man.
Yeah. But no, I was saying when it comes to one thing I haven't really seen people talk about when it comes to the game is I think it's who comes down to physicality. And so I don't think Texas has been super athletic, super speed on the defensive side. They've obviously on offense have been able to have moments where they can take over the game, like as they did against Kentucky and against Arkansas. But I want to see and A&M early in the season had moments where they could just take over a drive, especially when Basantis and Le'Veon were on the ground together. Yeah. I don't anticipate us being able to necessarily just take over a game with the run game, just because both defenses. I don't think either side will do that, to be honest. But because both defenses are too good for that. But I think whoever comes out as the more physical team, who's ready for the fist fight, which this team under Elko should be. I think that's the way we want to be. That was the design Elko had in mind. It's supposed to be a blue collar, get your hand in the dirt and punch you in the mouth. And then even with the run game, taking a step back with Le'Veon, I think we have managed to still have more and better offensive success in the last few weeks. It hasn't, always, on every single down connected. But I think we can offset, the loss of Le'Veon by Amari plays well. And I think his workload will be lessened by the fact we're going to be more of a 50-50 run to pass team. Yeah. So we're going to make it easier for Amari to, be more useful in certain downs and distances. And then I was going to ask, this is a little bit of a different question.
Yeah.
Okay. So hypothetical, if you could max out one player on the team to like a 99, like a Madden or NCAA rating, who would it be and why?
Am I allowed to say Marcel Reed?
No, you can say Marcel Reed, yeah.
I mean, it's got to be Marcel because, like you're saying, the way the offense has been and kind of has to be now that the running back room is so depleted. I mean, that's obviously if Ruben Owens isn't a full go, which I don't think he will be a full go. But I think everything goes through Reed now. I think everything's off of RPO. So everything's off of, zone read or wide receiver motion zone read, the passing game. And I think you just kind of gravitated away from just your, zone run left, zone run right, power running game a little bit. Not abandoned it, but you've gone way more away from that and just put everything more in the hands of your quarterback. So it would have to be Marcel offensively. Defensively, if I could have one guy who has to have a monster game, I would say Shamar Turner because he can affect everything with where he plays. If you're a nose, you can clog two running lanes. If you're very, very stiff and strong and you remain flexible enough to get into either gap, you can push people back into the backfield. You can affect the passing game. I think that position specifically on a football field, on defense can affect plays in just so many ways. And I think Shamar Turner's capable. I think Shamar Turner's best utility hasn't necessarily been something that shows up in stat books. I think it's been something that, you push players around. You get physical. You open up lanes for Torian York. You open up tackling lanes for Scooby. And you just move bodies that way, and you're vicious and ugly. But if we can get the best Shamar Turner we've seen yet, I think that bodes really well right where we need it. So those are my two. I went with two there.
No, yeah, I was going to ask you,
That's a good hypothetical. I like that.
Yeah, and that might be I kept going back and forth because, like, obviously the obvious answer was Marcel Reed on offense, and then on defense I kept going back and forth between Nick Scorton. But I think I like the interior. You're right about better. But I was also debating between that linebacker, just to be able to like have a guy who's like a solid open field tackler and they can also come off the edge when needed. Because I don't know how often we're going to blitz with the DBs, and I hope we don't have to. Because if I really don't want to try to, like, if our DBs have to play so sound, because if we blitz and we're not in the right space and we find an open receiver, even if it's only like a 10-yard or 5-yard check down and no one's there because we set a DB, we're those guys are fast enough to make us pay for it.
Yeah, they really are. And they're going to send their safeties, are going to send their nickels, but I'd rather not do it a lot. I'd rather be able to, get home with your linebackers and, your D-line more often than not. But everyone's have to play really well, man. And Scorton was the first name that came to mind. But I just think in the running game, I think your nose or your tackle can just have an impact in so many more ways. But outside contain is huge for this team too, so Scorton has a huge role there too. It would be so nice to see four guys just get after this offensive line. And they've done it before against really good offensive lines. They did it against Will Campbell and John Emery, his name is, and that really good LSU offensive line. I think this one's a tick better than them, but they've had their way with a really good offensive line this season, and I would like to see them be able to do that again because some of that was simulated pressure, but a lot of that was getting after it with four as well. Or simulated pressure, but bringing blitz is obviously stunning. But got it with four as well, and that's without stunning. That's just getting after it with four, using your skill set just straight up against these guys. And we need to see that. It's the biggest part of this game. I see people talking about it in the chat. D-line is the biggest position group we need to see from this game.
Yeah.
Because I think that part of it is that we know what they're capable of too, right?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, these guys are all NFL talents. Like, they're all going to get drafted into the NFL, even Albert Regis, if he stays another year
whenever he declares. Yeah
exactly. But these are all NFL players. And then in relation to what you're saying about getting after the defense line, for the love of God, we got to see holding calls get called for us.
I don't do the ref talk too much.
I don't want to either.
I'll let you have it.
I wouldn't either, but then someone brought up 30 quarters of no holds being called and then sent like a plethora of screenshots. And it's right. Like, for obviously a part of it is our own fault for not being able to bring down the quarterback. But then also, like, wait, why haven't we been able to with this level of talent against like O-lines that are not bad but not great?
Yeah. And
it's because we keep getting held. I know like the SEC doesn't call holding a ton.
Yeah.
But still, like, I mean, like it's already out. And then the good thing is that like Texas tackles have been known to get holds called against them.
Yeah.
So we're about to. It's gonna be like a hard. What do they call it? Between a rock and a hard place.
And we should be a D line that can force them to hold at times. It should be able to happen. They've been prone to it all year. It should be able to happen, but I'm not banking on it because it hasn't been happening.
I'm not going to bring up the refs the rest of it.
No, you're free to. I just personally choose not to because I mean, it'll piss me off and it's out of my control. Everything's out of my control, obviously, but it's just like kind of out of our control.
This is just fan talk. Yeah.
Yeah. It'll just get me mad and
Yeah. No, you're right though. I think hopefully that's not really an issue. If we get a hold, we should all fire the cannon because that'll be the first hold in 30 quarters. That's wild.
Yeah.
But no. Oh, go ahead.
If we get a hold, we should go pick up all the trash on the field. We should go clean up the field. Do the opposite of what they did. We get a holding call. Let's go clean the field for them instead of throwing trash in there.
Yeah. No, hopefully that's not an issue. I just think what ultimately this game comes down to is A&M needs to play their A+ game, and we need I think the home field advantage and everything else. The moment is going to make Texas play like a subpar to that because they've been playing.
I'd say A- football the last few weeks. And if we can get them to play a step below that, because there's a lot of people who think Texas hasn't found their next gear. But then also, if you haven't found that next gear yet, do you really have it? And then let's just say, their average, way of play is A-, really good still. But, they haven't played a night road game. And they last time they faced, a ranked opponent like in this kind of spot was Georgia. And, the Georgia D-line absolutely got after Quinn. Quite frankly, I do think Quinn's going to come out of this game, whether it's because of ankle injury or because he's performing badly. I don't think Quinn is it's going to come down to the first few plays. If we can't get after him, then we're probably cooked, to be honest. We can obviously adjust, but we need to be in this fight throughout the game. The Texas is going to be our hard team to try to come back from, because what they do is play to get that lead and lean on you. And then A&M, as good as we've gotten, it's going to be tough for us to try to fight back.
Yeah, totally agree with you, man. I totally agree, and appreciate your commentary as usual. You're getting some compliments in the chat right now, and
thanks, guys.
Always appreciate you calling in, man. Appreciate you always being present and supporting the channel so well. Did you give your score prediction last time?
I didn't. Did anyone take 27-24? It's the most popular one. It's also the one that makes sense to me.
I don't think I wrote them down last time. There were only two, and I think one was 31-20 us. I didn't see the other one. I'll give you 24-27, and if someone else had it, I'll give it to both of you guys because I don't remember. I'll go back and write them down though. Yeah. But all right, that sounds good, Noble. And guess what, man? This is the last time we'll talk until we get this thing done. So
yeah.
Hopefully the next time we talk, man.
Absolutely. Hopefully we'll be popping bottles of when we on our way to Atlanta.
Hey, if we win tomorrow, I'll be on live. Will you be there?
Oh yeah. Anyway, anyhow.
All right, man. I appreciate you, Noble.
I'll see you in CSAT.
Oh, you're gonna be there?
Oh yeah. I won't be at the game, but I'll be in town. I wouldn't miss this for the world.
Nice, man. Nice. Enjoy it. It's gonna be crazy. It's gonna be intense, and I'll see you there, man.
All right. Take care.
Later. Oh man, we're getting ready for it. The game just kicked off, second half. Let's catch up with the chat real quick before we get into Theo, and then I think we turn this into a watch party because this is a good game. I think we transition out of the calls if no one else is calling in, and we just watch this game together. Someone was asking me my earliest memory of this rivalry. It's the bonfire game. I remember that was I really didn't get hardcore like knowing ball until I started playing in high school, which was after the rivalry already had ended. But I do remember the bonfire game. I remember hearing about it on the radio. I don't remember like the plays or what happened in the game. I just remember seeing it. I remember the feelings of that. And that was my earliest memory. And I have sporadic memories of the rivalry, but the one that unfortunately sits with me the most is the last game. But my earliest memory is the bonfire game. Again, I'm a new Aggie, 2016. And again, I didn't get hardcore into football until I started playing and understanding what I was seeing. Yeah, I mean, I see SB Hustle talking about the penalty stuff. We hope that works itself out this game. It's been brought to the forefront of attention. Maybe that pays off this game. Maybe we get a couple. I'm never banking on it with SEC refs right now, man. We have a problem overall, more so than just us. I think a lot of people have this problem. But we've had a specific problem, and we've gotten the short end of the stick very often. So hopefully there's an emphasis there. Maybe it helps. Maybe they make up 30 quarters of holding calls this game for our favor. Hopefully. I saw someone had a good comment I wanted to read. Yeah, Jake says, the result of this game is dependent on how our D-line plays. If we can get pressure on the quarterback, we win. If we can't get in the backfield and disrupt the pass, it's going to be a long night. 100%. D-line is the one position group we really need the most from. And, of course, we need it from everywhere, but D-line is going to be very, very consequential on how this defensive night goes. And that's always the case, but relative to what we know they have and how they've been playing. Yeah, SB also talking about running less slants and stunts with the D-line. Just let them win their matchups one-on-one because we have future NFL stars. Totally agree. Totally agree. We saw Brooks Austin break that down. He gets all the great camera angles and showed us exactly what you're talking about. We just got way too cute with the D-line, and especially against an Auburn team that we should have just had the upper hand on. And Georgia just dropped a deep ball, and it's going to be third down. I totally agree with you, man. SB Hustler. What happened to all the pressures? Scheme is part of it. I don't know if effort's the problem because we were getting freaking pressure versus South Carolina. We just weren't tackling. And I don't know if that's effort or just the wrong mindset going into a road game after you were feeling good after that LSU game. I don't know if it's effort. I think it's focus. I think it's mindset. Trooper Drew says, Drew, this will be my first game in 2 years. Been living across the state for the last few years. My wife surprised me with tickets yesterday. Would love to meet you. Yeah, I'll be there, man. I'll be there. I don't know what time because of the traffic situation. I'm hoping to be around 3 to 4 and just kind of hanging out. Yeah. If you guys follow me on X and DM me on X and we can try to meet up. Same handle as here, at Drewtamu. Play to win. What's up, man? I'm beating my brother in subscriber count. Am I? He's been beating me for years. That's crazy. All right, last caller. Then we're going to turn this into a watch party for the Georgia game because Georgia's down bad right now. This is insane. All right, Trooper Drew, I got you. Theo, how you feeling, man? It's the eve of the game for all the marbles. What's on your mind?
Just really sitting back, chilling, watching this Georgia Tech game.
This is pretty crazy.
Kind of crazy to see Haynes out here balling like we always know he could.
Mm-hmm.
We just needed the proper offense around him.
Mm-hmm.
Just kind of chilling. I can finally play you in college football 25 here soon.
You got it?
I finally got it.
We're gonna get back into it in the off season whenever the season fully concludes. So I'd love to play you.
I just got it today, so I haven't dove into any of the playbook stuff or anything like that. And
it's hard, man. It's a learning curve because I hadn't played really any football games since NCAA 14. It's just the learning curve is just getting a feel for the controls, really, and then your playbook stuff will just come naturally. It's just the feel for the game, man. You'll get it though.
It's that, and I'm having a hard time getting the RPO read option
the
stuff
timing,
down.
The buttons. Yeah, that's a whole like language your body has to learn. Mind muscle connection with your fingers. It's tough. I'm finally getting that.
It's so wild. And then the whole recruiting aspect of it, like they seriously overmade recruiting so difficult.
I think you have to click too many buttons, and I know that sounds very simplistic, but I just think recruiting takes way too long in the game. I think the last one where you can just go down and set your allocations from the bat, hit one button to offer scholarships, hit one button to scout. That was beautiful. Now it's just too many button clicks to do everything. That sounds so lazy of me, but when you're going through a long season, if you play games the way I do, you don't have so much time to play. The way you have to like go across multiple menus, you get multiple button sets per menu. It's a lot to deal with, and I don't know if I want to be a dynasty player in it. I just like head-to-head games.
And then like the point system of the recruiting section is like really weird and ridiculous.
Yeah.
It's like you got to set whoever you want the most, you have to set them at full 50s.
Yeah.
And then whoever signs with you after doing that, that's what you ever have left to fill your team with. And it's so weird. At least early in the first season I played. I'm currently 4-0 though.
Nice, yeah. Yeah, you'll obviously get a feel for it, but I just think it's a tick weird, but maybe we'll just all get used to it. But all right.
Yeah.
Well, how are you feeling about the little situation we got going on tomorrow?
I'm very excited to see it. However, I'm also going to sit there and enjoy the moment and enjoy the situation because it's been 10 years, if not more, that, we've had this game. And so sit back, enjoy it. We're sitting here watching Georgia Tech in a rivalry game that Georgia has dominated for years. And yet here we are watching Georgia pull a end around just to try to do something on offense.
They just bobbled a punt too, but they got it back.
And how hard Georgia Tech's playing, even though they really don't have anything to play for, except the name. And so I hope our guys are kind of chilling in their hotel rooms or wherever they're at and just kind of relaxing and kind of peeping this kind of stuff and how important it is. And even if, some team is supposedly the big name of the state or whatever, that doesn't mean you have to sit down and take it. You can do more to actually take the game over and win it.
Yeah. You have a big say in this game. It's not like you're playing this juggernaut that you just have to get lucky. And you have a say in this game. You have agency. You have control. Yeah, they need to understand that. And you're right. Georgia Tech is a great example right now, and I think we can probably offer a lot more than Georgia Tech can.
And it's all right there for the taking. And I hope they – I don't want them to play tight. I want them to go out there and just play loose and let it go. It's the final game of the season. Just fly balls to the wall. And whatever happens, injuries, whatever, just let it happen and go from there. And just play with your hair on fire, play with reckless abandon, and let the chips fall where they fall. I feel the same way as a player. I know during the offseason we talked about how NIL kind of killed my feelings about the season and treating it more like NFL. And that's it. I'm just sitting here trying to enjoy watching good offenses, watching good defenses, and good games without really getting like. I used to have Saturdays be ruined by losses, man. So I'm no longer at the point where I can do that. I have 2 children to worry about and family and life, and so I kind of had to give up that stress and not let it control me like that. And so I try to just sit back, enjoy the game, and watch the game, and learn from the game mentally, because I still want, hopefully one day I'll coach again someday.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, I am coaching youth basketball for the first time in my life.
That'll be fun.
So if anyone has any pointers and tips, please find me on Twitter with Talking with Drew all the time, because I'm going to need all the help I can get.
Yeah. You'll get it. You have good chops. You just got to figure out that game, but you'll be fine. That's really exciting. Are you coaching your son or something, or your daughter?
I'm coaching my son and his best friend, and
That's awesome. Yeah, you'll have a great time doing that. That's really cool. But yeah, man, I try really hard too, just to sit back, take it for entertainment. We only get so many of these a year, and I try really hard to flush the toilet after a loss. And I have gotten better of kind of like putting up some layers, like an ogre, like with onions. And I try to put up my layers in front of me and try to stop it. But deep down, like this Auburn loss, after I had to, I had some family stuff I had to do Sunday. I was busy Sunday. I was moving. I was distracted. But as soon as I sat down, I wanted to watch TV. I wanted to do something. I got depressed, man. I got real depressed. It hurt. That game hurt. That game hurt a lot. And I try so hard to just put up these layers, but you can't. I'm still not to where I can move past losses. But when you start thinking about the stakes of this game and what's on the table here and the opportunity at home, that helped. And that's where I am now.
100%. 100% is where I am. And I know, like, as long as it's not a blowout to Texas tomorrow, I can hang my head high and say, we didn't have the horses. That's one thing. But that's with us playing top notch at our best and letting the chips fly where they fly.
Did you see this Georgia fumble real quick?
It's ridiculous, bro. If they really call this a fumble, it's going to be insane.
Oh my goodness.
Because it looks to me like he rips it out while the other dude lands on a Georgia's arm underneath him.
Yeah, booty's on an arm.
So if he's on the arm and it hasn't touched the ground, then I think that's a fumble.
That is insane.
I think that's so close. His left cheek might be down.
They're calling it.
When does he lose possession? I haven't seen a shot that definitely shows the.
Oh, okay. They're just reviewing it. All right. I was not paying attention. Yeah. Yeah, man. Well, do you want to give offensive, defensive keys? One of each, one or two of each?
Yeah. Offensively, we have to control the line of scrimmage. We can't let Anthony Hill and Colin Simmons and those pass rushers tee off on us.
Yep.
We also have to connect on at least, I'll tell you what, if we connect on 4 deep throws this game, and I mean anything over 15 yards, if we connect on 4 of them, I have a good feeling we'll win.
I think so too.
And 4 is not a whole lot. That's literally just 1 a quarter, and that's. And I'm not saying even attempt just 4, but like we have to hit 4. We have to make them know that okay, they're not afraid to go deep. They're gonna go deep, and they can connect on them deep.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um,
It opens everything else up, man.
it would definitely open up everything else, especially for Mari, who's more of a power slasher type guy who doesn't really have insane like start stop speed.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
But he's more of he's just smooth. Like he's a smooth slasher. He's gonna get skinny. He's gonna get sideways. He's gonna um, get all this other sides and stuff. And he's gonna get you tough, hard yards. And it's so good to have a back like him, knowing that Moss went down as he did.
Yeah, for sure.
I need EJ. EJ has to get settled in and find the hole, or we need to put Bussy in more at running back.
Yep.
It's all going to come down to us controlling the line of scrimmage and making plays that we know has to be made. Damn it.
Stands.
It stands, and then Georgia ran a beautiful play action. I'm ahead of you by a few minutes. Sorry, I just ruined it for you.
Oh, okay. They're gonna score.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, man, we got to hit those balls. Balls. It'll open things up for Amari. It's like we saw in the Missouri game. That was the best the offense had looked because you were running and passing.
And talking about that, like, we need to get into our play action bag, and we need to get into our RPO bag. Like I said, we got to let it all hang out there and just let it be where it be. Defensively, we have to tackle in space, which I'm not worried about because their guys aren't insanely big, but they are shifty.
Yes.
And we need a big game out of Bryce Anderson.
Oh, yeah, man. Angles have been bad at times. We need the right angles. We need pursuit angles. We need gap discipline, all that stuff. We can't be triple shooting the same gap like we saw versus South Carolina. That'll kill us.
Yeah. I hate to call him out by name, but Anderson's going to have to play more than Brooks. Brooks has just been such a liability biting on play action and zone coverages like that I can't trust him in this kind of game right now.
I've seen so much better from him, though. It's like the safeties have just all become really inconsistent lately. I think Radcliffe has had some inconsistencies, too. I think they all just need to play a lot better than they have.
Exactly. And, we're going to have to take away the angles in the tackling from the secondary.
Yeah.
Defensive line-wise, we have to use our pass rush moves. Stop letting these people get their hands on you. Stop trying to bull rush these guys. Stop trying to rip these guys. Use your swim moves. Use your speed rushes. Dip your shoulder.
Yep.
Those type of moves to get there and hopefully get a holding call. Because if you go to do the rip move, it's easy to grab a hold there.
Yeah.
So hopefully they find a way to get to their secondary pass rush moves and have secondary pass rush moves.
We need it. We need it, man.
Other than that, I think the game's going to be a really good game. I think it's going to be like 30-27, 31-28, 24-21. It's going to be a field goal game to me. It just feels like it's going to come down to a field goal game.
Yeah. Do you want to give an official score? You don't have to.
Let's go. (24-20). I think their field goal kicker misses something that makes it goofy.
Yeah. Yeah, they don't have the best kicking game right now. We definitely have a clear advantage there, both punting and field goal kicking, knock on wood. Although field goal kicking, I will never be fully safe. I'll never feel fully secure with. It's just how I go. It's just how I am, even though Randy Bonds had a really good year. So, yeah.
Agreed.
All right. Any closing thoughts, man? Last time we'll talk in the regular season.
Yeah, I had 2 questions for you.
Shoot.
One's a college basketball question and one's a college football question.
Oh,
Which one would you want first?
Let's do basketball. I did not watch the latest game. I watched, unfortunately,
Okay.
like the last 15 minutes of the Oregon game.
Would you rather be Gonzaga and consistently be winners and making it to Final Fours, but never winning the big game? Or would you rather be like this century's UCLA, where you've won 2 or 3 titles, but you've also had some horrendous seasons?
I would take competitive every year. I don't know if the rule is you can never win a championship. If that's your rule, I wouldn't do it. But if you're getting shots, if you're getting in there and you're giving yourself a chance every year, I'm enjoying the season every year. Even though you're getting like Sweet 16s, Elite 8s, and losing, or even further than that, I would take that because at least you have a path. Right. Like we're doing the right thing. We're gonna do that, and that's something we would love to have right now. So I'll go the Gonzaga route there.
Okay, and then football route.
And David just says UCLA has been to 2 fewer Final Fours than Gonzaga this century. But Gonzaga, have they won it?
Gonzaga's only won 1 national title game, I believe. And UCLA has had 3, I believe. That's what my thought process was.
Yeah. I don't think Gonzaga was. When did they win it? They lost to Baylor. That's right. They didn't win it. I don't think they have won it at all. I think they've been runner-up twice recently.
Okay.
They've been runner-up. But you're right. No, you're right, though. They still have not won it, and UCLA did. Gonzaga's been very close, though. I would take that. I would take that 100%. Because that means I would think most of the chat would take that because you're giving yourself – that's a real chance. And I don't know. This is like the Ohio State problem. Like, would you be mad if your team is getting to the highest level but losing at the very end of it every time, and you are eventually you bank on breaking through? I think that's a good place to be as a program because it's really freaking hard to win the thing. At least you're giving yourself a real shot every year. I would take that. That's me.
I was just getting that's the football question now. Okay, would you take a Penn State, Ohio State, Iowa, where you never have a losing season? But
it's a big variance between those 3, but okay.
Well, Penn State and Iowa's closer together than Ohio State.
Yeah.
But Ohio State hasn't won it since what?
2014?
18?
First year of the playoff. Was that 14, 15, 16? 16.
16.
Yeah.
So, would you rather have 1 title from 20? All right, let's start from the 2000s. Would you rather have 1 title from 2000s or be consistently good but not great, where you consistently compete for titles in terms of conference championships, but you rarely make it to the title game?
So if you're like making the playoff, you're getting to the SEC championship every year, but you're just not like you're not like
right.
Like Florida with Meyer, and you're hitting it for a short amount of time.
Right.
I would take the long-term sustained success again. Was 16 Clemson? Fran says 16 was Clemson, 14 was Ohio State. That was my first instinct. I thought the playoff started in 16. My dates are probably wrong. And I thought
it was 14 because it was Zeke and Ezekiel Elliott.
It was the first playoff, right?
Yeah.
Okay, that's right. That's what it was. Yeah,
it was Zeke and Barrett and Co., I think.
Yeah, it was 14 then, the first year of the playoff. Yeah,
So,
I would take sustained success again. I mean, if I'm a fan base and I know I'm confident in my team getting there every year, giving yourself a chance every year, and you maybe win one every 10, 15 years, I think that's a great place to be because any given year, man, I like that. I like that spot. So I'll go with that instead of, the ups and downs of like a Florida program, even though that was a great era and they could very well get back to that. But obviously we've seen the downs there. I'll take the sustained success anytime. That's where I'm at.
Sweet.
Yeah.
All right, my friend. Have a good night. Hit those likes. Subscribe. Let's get Drew up to 100 likes by the end of the year. Sorry, my brain's dead.
Let's give me 100 more subscribers by the end of the hour. Yeah, let's do that. All right. Yeah. Thanks, Theo. You have a great night. I'll see you on the other side of this game.
Yes, sir.
Later. All right, guys. That concludes the calls for the night. I'm going to run to the restroom. We're going to watch a little bit of this game together. do have a steak ready for me to go cook it, and it really wants to be eaten. But I'm going to watch some game with y'all because I want to see what happens here for a second. Let's watch Haynes King running to the restroom first. All right. Let's see this upset. So if Georgia loses this game, they would be in the same SEC championship scenario as A&M, I would think. I would think with this third loss that they would have to win the SEC championship to make it. And I think that's the case with A&M. I have a hard time saying that situation isn't fair when you're being measured up against other teams that are 2-loss regular season teams. Now, if the back end of the playoff ends up being a bunch of 3-loss teams, and we are looking at 3-loss non-championship playing teams making the playoff, well, in that case, I think we would have to have a real discussion about the SEC championship runner-up, even with 4 losses at that point, making it in, because at that point you are penalizing them for playing in that game. But if you're being measured up against teams with 2 losses or 1 losses like in Indiana, I would think you lose this SEC championship game and you're out. And I think that's the most likely situation. So if Georgia ends up losing this, and they might win it, they would be in a must-win situation next weekend. So let's see what happens, though. It's a long way to the finish line here. First down, Haynes King. God, Haynes King just gets bruised and battered every game. The heart on this guy. (32-13) Aggies is my score prediction. Benzo, I had another one very similar to that. That's crazy. I hope it happens. I hope you're right. I hope you're right, Benzo. I saw you went a little viral today, Benzo, on Twitter. I like you getting after it. I like what I saw there. Virginia double dribble. Current SEC football head coaches do you think will have multiple future conference championships? Future multiple? Current SEC head coaches that have future multiple. Let's go Sark and Elko. Boom. Sark and Elko. Kirby. He's young enough. He'll keep coaching for a long time. Lane, I don't know, man. This was the opportunity. I don't know. This was the year for Lane. Josh Heupel? Potentially Josh Heupel. He's got probably his better years ahead of him. Probably Josh Heupel has a chance to do that too. So we'll go Sark, Elko, Heupel, Smart. I watched only the last minute of the Creighton game. The Blue Jays completely fell apart. They had a 5-second call on the inbound down 3. At least it wasn't us this time, huh, Franz? At least it wasn't us this time. We have a 10-point lead with 9 minutes to go. That's basically losing, because we just play significantly worse when we're trying to protect a lead. It's happened in like a quarter of the games this year. The 2 losses, or it's 2 losses now, right? Yeah. Same story, same situation. You just can't protect the lead. We just don't play as well that way. King trying to help the Aggies. We got to do our part. Yes, I know. King is still playing for A&M right now. Look at Haynes go. Oh my goodness, Haynes King. The passion, the drive. He might be dead after that one. No, he's okay. Wow. Look at Haynes King giving his life right now. Haynes King is leaving it all on the field right now. That was incredible. They could go for it here. Oh, look at him. He's bent over. Doubled down in pain and exhaustion. Kirby only has one, yeah. Yeah, that's pretty true, Bryce. A lot of parity in this conference right now. I mean, the Auburns, the South Carolinas, which is just a tier above Auburn, obviously. The Floridas right now. It's a good point. And people, Danny Cannell, want to look at that as a sign of weakness for the teams. It's incredible. It's incredible that narrative is spun that way. Miss King. Rutgers, tomorrow's opponent, has multiple projected lottery picks in their starting lineup. Damn. I don't know, man. I like the team. I like the players. I like the bigs. I like the weapons you added. I just don't know. I just feel like when we're in the clutch of the... I haven't watched every game. But we just rely so heavily on the shooting of Wade Taylor. It just comes down Taylor ISO ball, and then you bank on, like, quick shots. No offense. Like, you don't really get into your offense a lot. Even with a lead, you're rushing everything. I hate that. You're getting one and dones, and you're just banking on your offensive rebounding. I don't know if that's a recipe for success. But I'm an idiot, so who knows. He'd be a stud in Klein's offense for sure. He would be. I'm surprised he was a Jimbo quarterback. Phelps is really good. I like... Oh, yeah. I like Phelps, though, but same shooting situation. It's the same deal. But I like them if they play as like a cohesive unit. I don't see that when I watch them. Maybe y'all see something differently. I just see a lot of my turn, your turn, and quick shots. And then you're a really good offensive rebounding team. That's how you make your money back. Get to the line a lot. Yeah. I really like... you got to play 0. You got to play 10. If you're going to be ISOing these guys, you got to spread the floor. I like them as just shooting roles. Payne is Solomon Washington's solo Washington freshman year, but a bit taller. We got to keep passing the rock. Yeah, that's just how I feel in my little I've watched. I just feel like you get into me at the end of the game, and then maybe that's by design. You're like, okay, just take it, be aggressive, go. But I just feel like we don't ever slow it down and get into our offense. And from those 2 losses that I watched, that's what I saw a lot of down the stretch when you had a lead even. Or when you're protecting a lead as the lead's dying. Like, I just feel like you're getting into really quick shots, really quick wild shots, banking on the free throws, banking on the offensive boards. What time is that game tomorrow? Let's check. That I'll be able to watch. The refs in the UCF game. Yeah, that was there, but also I think we did what I just described too, and we didn't handle the lead well at all. But yeah. Yeah. We play tomorrow at 2:30, so maybe you can catch it. Maybe we can catch it. I'm trying to get there early. I heard traffic could be like up to 6 hours. Or that's crazy. I don't know if that's true, but someone said 6 hours from like the San Antonio area to get there today, which I don't know if I believe that. That's a long ass time. That's like double the length. I expect my trip to College Station to be longer than normal though. All right, going for it on 4th and 3. Fake pitch, keeper Haynes King, first down. Haynes King, the truck. Haynes King, the bus. Wow. Right through the heart of the Georgia front. And that's little-ass Haynes King. He's not that little, but he's pretty skinny. Haynes King, man. What the heck?
And just like when they played Miami, staying on the field, bleeding the clock, really constricting this game, it's worked all night long.
Wow, Haynes King with the heart. Handoff. Gain of 2 or 3. Yard and a half.
Because Jamal Haynes seemingly looked like he was.
I'm on math streams right now, and that's usually ahead of ESPN, which is insane. I don't know how math streams is always ahead of the actual broadcast. It's just wild to me. Second and 8 Empty backfield for Haynes. Gets the ball out to the tight end. First down again to the 20. What is this Georgia defense? What is this Georgia Tech offense? This is rivalry weekend. Dude, I've heard rumors, SB Hustle, that we're actually getting the broadcast before it actually happens on the field. They're in the future. Haynes RPO, positive yard, but not much. They are eating the clock away. Yeah, that's what I've been saying. We ran that a couple times last week. When you do like the RPO zone read handoff into like the short pass to the tight end or the slot receiver, it's basically a triple option. And we will run that this week. All right, Haynes, what you got? What you got on 2nd and 9 at the 19-yard line? Man in motion. Fake keeper. Haynes King squirts through. Haynes King is a truck. What is happening? He's literally a ghost right now, just trucking people, taking blows, taking hits. Look at his jersey. This guy's tough. He's tough. What the hell? King in the castle. It feels kind of Kleiny, Ted. It feels a little Kleiny. Zone read handoff. Positive yards. Gain of 3 maybe. King's got that Mamba mode going right now. He's Kobe right now. Rest in peace, Kobe. This is on the road, just sucking the life out of this place. Dude, just, I mean, get in the end zone, but take a field goal here. Keep running. The time you took out, if you can stamp 3 points in on this drive, holy cow. Handoff, trips, try to bounce it out. End of the quarter, though. Again, take a field goal here, man. After all the life you took out of the game, touchdown would be huge, though. That was wild, dude. Haynes King trucking set to 99 overall. They got to get that in the updated rosters. Haynes King's trucking 99 overall, even with a 40 in strength. He's got 99 trucking. It's incredible. Imagine both teams in the SEC Championship have 3 losses. Well, I hope they do, because that means we're one of them. I would love to say that, because that means we're one of them. Space Jesus, thanks for coming by. Again, thank everybody, especially if you're just coming in. I said at the beginning of the show, thank you all for being here the whole season. This is our last regular season stream. Last regular season piece of content I'll be doing. It's already over. Holy cow. Thank you guys, all of you. Appreciate you. Someone said my mic got quiet again. Why does my mic keep going quiet, man? It is super quiet. All right, it should be better now. Why does my mic keep doing this? All right. Damn, I've been quiet the whole night then. Haynes King after dark. Haynes King is on this last leg, just giving it all right now. Hope the team's washing it. We need to all be like Haynes King tomorrow. Someone just asked, do I think Arch Manning is going to play? I said at the beginning of the show, Noble, if you're still in here, I think there's a very good chance it happens, but with the Ewers injury situation, if they're not getting what they want out of him, even if he doesn't get hurt again, there's a chance they pull that plug. Noble. Fourth quarter, Georgia Tech up 17-6 on the road at Georgia. SEC championship game playing lock. They got him on the ropes. I'm watching on math streams right now, and I'm getting Missouri-based commercials right now. Interesting. I know where they're streaming out of. I'm in Vegas, A&M money line plus the points. Let's get it. Come on. Come on, baby. One of my family members goes to UT and just texted me that Quinn has been in a boot for some of the week. I've heard rumors that he's not been great in practice, that he's been like a half go. Who knows what's real? Playing Arch? I just talked about it. I just addressed your old comment. But basically, I think there's a very good chance it happens. Very, very good chance it happens. Because even if he doesn't get hurt again, if there's no re-injury to Ewers, I think if they're not getting what they want out of him, they'll just pull that leash. They'll pull that plug very quickly. Haynes King still alive. Still alive. Oh, he went down. Oh, they just slapped him on the head. 10 just slapped him on the head. You can't do that. Just slapped him on the head. Look at this. Oh, come on. Is he going to be game plan for Arch Manning? Yeah. I think we have. I would think there's something in there. Drew, if the game going to bring us good luck, bring you the W? I'll be there. That was a really bad hold, a bad snap, but he got it in there and he made it. Wow. Look at this. Look at this snap. It was bad. He barely got that down. Yeah, I'll be the good luck charm, Jay-Win. Yeah, Robert, I think we definitely have a game plan. I think we've seen both sides of that. We saw LSU not have a game plan for Marcel Reed. We saw Missouri not be ready for Connor. I think we've been on the other side. I think we know what that means. And I don't think Arch is going to be someone that they're going to run a ton, but I just think that threat is there. I don't think they're going to want to risk Arch. I'm putting out the word on X that we're having a little watch party here. The question is not if they're going to play Arch Manning. Do you think we have a game plan for Arch to come in for Ewers? Yeah. That's what I said. I'm sure we have a plan for that. Janty or Hunter? That's really hard. It's really, really hard. It's honestly as close as it's ever been, in my opinion. I would guess Hunter wins it because of the hype, because of the media darling that team is. I think both guys have great arguments. I know the big dig against Hunter is that he's pretty good on both sides, but he's not really like dominant on either side. He's pretty damn good on both sides. Whereas Janty is like putting up insane numbers and is just an offense in himself. I don't know, man. I think I'm Janty. I think I've gone Janty just to see him keep it up. The whole year has been incredible. But I bet Hunter wins it with the media hype. I understand Hunter winning it. By no means would I be mad about that. The thing with Hunter is he's like elite on both sides of the ball, and that's very unique, and that's very much what the Heisman is. Heisman's the most spectacular player, and that's a pretty spectacular thing to do. So I'm not mad with him winning it. Yeah, it's insane what Janty's doing. Maybe he will win it. I hope he does. He's my pick, but I think it's Hunter. He's my personal pick. I would guess it's Hunter. That's crazy. Top 5 single season all time. That's insane. I would guess it goes to Hunter. Lash, how about a little guy named Johnny Manziel? Didn't transfer, stayed here, won the Heisman, was great. Maybe I am. Maybe I am. No, yeah, Janty is literally an offense. It's just ridiculous. And he's a running back. Man, look at our game on the screen. It's just crazy to see. Are you a Cowboy fan, SB Hustler? Because that would be so fun to watch. I'm indifferent, but I love the big show. I've loved Colorado, just watching it as a entertainment value item. It would be so fun if both Shador and Dion went to the Cowboys. You are, and you won it. Wow. Yeah, I've watched half of it. It's really, really good. It's really good. This is like the best Heisman year we've had in a while, though, where there's two clear guys, right? This has got to be the most spectacular Heisman battle yet. Like, in a long time, right? Because both guys at the top are really, really good, and I think they're both deserving. Good first run by Frazier. No worries, Benzo. How was Wicked? We'll get you later, don't worry. But I hope you enjoyed Wicked. Yeah, this is the best, most deserving Heisman since Joe Burrow, I think. Most spectacular Heisman since Joe Burrow, whoever wins it. My opinion. Yeah, Ward's really good too. Yes, sir, Lash. Yes, sir. I really like Reed. I guessed it right, Benzo? Did I really guess it right? It definitely doesn't look like my cup of tea, but I've heard it's good. It definitely does not look like my kind of movie, but I've heard good things about it. Carson Beck running. Carson Beck trying to be like Haynes King. Imagine Carson Beck tries to recreate what Haynes King does, and he gets hurt in this game. Oh, my goodness. It's a crazy night. My in-laws are Filipino, so everyone wants to see Moana, too. The music in Moana was really good. I liked Moana, the first one. John, what's up, John? Thanks for coming by, John. It's the last stream of the year in the regular season, man. Appreciate you being here. '07 was still wilder than this year. The year's not done yet. We're still seeing shit unfold right now as we speak with this game. Oh, I haven't talked about the new quarterback from Michigan. Is he filling a need for 2025, or does he have potential to end up playing? He's super young. He's an early class. I'm sure you know that. I think he has, I mean, the big knock on him is his skinniness, right? 6'5", 180. He's a junior. So with the arm talent he has, just the throwing talent he has to gain weight. there's a path for him. There's definitely a path for him with his age. You're getting a guy in your building really early, so you never know. It's definitely filling a need, but I would say you have upside there. It's good you got one. No, I think he knows he reclassify. He's just saying, are we filling a need just to get a quarterback in the building, or is this a guy we can look at as a future player? I think you look at him as a guy with potential for sure, and you build. You see what you get. You got other good quarterbacks too. You got Miles O'Neal. You got Helleman Kasuga if you can hold on to him. I still like the future of the quarterback room, especially if we think Marcel can do what a lot of us think he can do. That was a terrible sentence, but you know what I mean. Hopefully, it's that Florida man in him. He's just crazy. Great completion by Florida inside the 25. His rating went down because he reclassified, right? What time I headed to C-Stat? Probably around 11. I'm going to get lunch, then go to the stadium and try to be there early. First down, Georgia. Georgia completes the screen. Tackled at the 5. Man down. Drew, I finally returned from my sabbatical. I've come to the conclusion that Texas A&M will win tomorrow, and this is coming from an anti-Aggie. So if an anti-Aggie, whose profile picture is the score to Oklahoma 77-0, then we must mean business here. We must mean business. Yeah, I love doing these watch parties. I'm not doing it tomorrow, so might as well get this one in right now. I haven't even checked in on games around the country, though. Thanks for coming by, Anti-Ag. And everybody else who's here. Nebraska and Iowa tied 10-10. Am I going to have to whip out the side screen on a Friday night? Utah up 13-7 over UCF. We're going to go Nebraska, Iowa. Hopefully I have my Peacock logged in, because we changed our passwords because we were infiltrated. My streaming services got infiltrated. We had to clean house. Damn it, I'm not signed in. There's nothing worse than clicking a streaming service when you want to sit down, clicking on Peacock, and you're logged out. I'm doing the thing. We got to break that college game day trend. It's the only way. It's the only path. I'm trying to sign in so I can watch this Iowa game. It's 47 degrees outside. Georgia's going to score a touchdown here, aren't they? My night's going to be ruined. Just kidding. I have steak waiting for me downstairs. right, we should be logged in. Oh my goodness, it didn't work. Yeah, Santucci is the GTDC. Yes, sir, Ted. All right, we're good. Nebraska was up 10-0 at one point. Wow. All right, we're in. We're in. Carson Beck rolling out, thrown to the end zone. That might be a touchdown. Incomplete. He didn't come down with that? I thought he caught it in the end zone, then fell out of the end zone back into the field. But he never caught it. Wow. All right. That game's in commercial. We got Iowa, Nebraska up on the side screen now. How is this not a catch? Oh, it came loose on the ground. Damn. Yeah, he lost control at the ground. He needed to hold on to that for one more second. He had that. All right. 3rd and goal. Georgia Bulldogs against the Georgia Tech people. Pump fake, pump fake. They dropped it! Oh my goodness. What a goofball. Who's this guy in camo? I'm not looking at the chat. What's going to happen? Look at this bunch receiver set they have at the bottom. Man in motion. Middle of the field's open. Incomplete, but there's a flag. What the flip? Stop it. Stop it. Kirby hit that button in his pocket. He hit that little... Let's see it. I'll concede it if it was there. I'll concede it if it was there. Let's see it. No, dude. Dude, that's fair play. The ball. Was it tipped? It doesn't look too tipped. But that wasn't PI. You can get tackled for loss. Oh, he got in. No, he's short. Okay. That was insane. Kirby Smart has that life alert button in his pocket. Touchdown. Bailed the frick out. I know we're going for the upset here. But that was just a corner getting in front of the defender and getting in front of the receiver. I got to see another angle on that, man. Get up. If Haynes King can keep playing, you can keep playing. I'm just kidding. Holy cow. Holy bailout. Holy bailout. All right, let's just look out for more of this phantom stuff. Does anybody in chat have that being PI? Here, I want to hear someone out. I don't want to believe this was just like a total BS. Smart money, SB. That's crap, man. Not PI, not PI. Iowa with an 80-yard drive to win it. Let's see if they have it. I didn't think the ball was tipped because the spiral did not change at all. Again, I don't think things are rigged. I just think refs suck. But that just could be wishful thinking because I really don't want my sport to be rigged. They for sure suck, but is it also rigged? It's not rigged. Is it? It might be. I don't think so. Maybe. Iowa with a 5-yard pass in the dirt. Or is that a replay? The SEC head of officiating is Vince McMahon. Iowa punt. Iowa 3-and-out punt. A tale as old as time. All right, now Nebraska gets a chance for an 80-yard touchdown drive to win it, or field goal drive to win it. It looks nice and cold there. Be fun to go to a nice cold game. Yeah, they need full-time officials. 100%, 100%. So you're just tuning into the game. Georgia's drive just got extended on a 4th down attempt PI. And they got a touchdown. Remember earlier in the game, they also got away with that fumble, which I don't think there was an angle to call it a fumble, but it looked like a fumble. I just don't think they had the angle to say it was conclusive. If he wants to just FaceTime me. Having full-time officials doesn't help if we don't hold them accountable. We need to chop their fingers off. Anyone trying to figure out what bar in Seastad I want to watch the game at? I think weather's cold in the 50s, 40s, 50s. I'll double check again. Holy cow. Kickoff time tomorrow. 6 p.m. is 56. By 8 p.m. 52. It could be in the 40s. Low 50s, 40s. Yeah, I'll be right around 50 during the game. Perfect weather. It's weird to have conference-affiliated officials. Yeah, that's weird too. It's just hard when you have so many teams and so many conferences. I get it. Shrink it to 70 teams. All right. There is a world where Haynes King milks the game. 8-minute drive. Like Juice Williams did to Ohio State in 2006 or 7. These ref needs NIL deals? No. 07, David. Thank you. God, David, you're like a historian. How do you remember dates so well? That was like, it was a long possession. That was like a 9-minute possession. Yeah, yeah. Last time Illinois beat Ohio State. Good run, man. And a horse collar. Okay, they're calling it on both sides. We're good. They called the horse collar. We're golden. We're golden. That's a boost, man. Yeah, going for 2 earlier and missing it's really going to screw them over. I mean, maybe not, but it makes path to winning much harder. All right, I'm watching the Nebraska winning drive here. Riola had an hour to pass, got 7 yards and out of bounds. What a Friday night of college football. Haynes King keeper. Got 2 yards, but the clock goes. The clock goes. Every time Haynes King goes into the pile, I'm just praying he's going to come out of it and not be broken in half. But he keeps doing it. What is Haynes King made of? Kingly materials. Pretty crazy. Let me fix that scoreboard. It's looking kind of ugly. Five wide for Haynes King. 4 receivers, 1 tight end. Deep ball, Haynes King. Jump ball, overthrown. I don't know about... I get it. Catch him off guard with that. But, man, you had an opportunity to milk more clock. Now you're in 3rd and doo-doo. We got a calf strain going on here. All right, 3rd and 7. They passed for some reason. The clock is stopped. Haynes King, what are you going to do? Dropping back to pass. Throws the ball. Completed for a 1st down and more. He's running. He's going to be inside the red zone. 16-yard line for Georgia Tech. Wait, did they get inside the 20 or was I just off? Still incredible. 40, 30, 25. Yeah, they got in the red zone. Holy cow. Now a field goal is huge here. He slipped through inside. Good run. This is the team that beat Texas? This is the team that beat Texas? These guys? This defense? Shit. Haynes King alone in the backfield against the Georgia Bulldog defense. Man in motion, fake handoff, run inside. Haynes King, he gets through and he scores a damn touchdown. Georgia is going to freaking fall tonight if this Georgia Tech defense doesn't get screwed over by more penalties. They're going to do it. This is the team that beat Texas? Haynes King. Wow. King is in the castle. I'm dropping a crown in the chat for Haynes King. Haynes King. The people are asking, is the ACC the best conference around? Haynes King for Heisman. Last-ditch Heisman run here. I just can't get over. This is the defense that destroyed Texas that we're watching just fall apart right now. He's saying, Any given weekend, man, any given Saturday, any given football game, anything can happen. I mean, Georgia's defense is looking porous. Haynes King out here showing Marcel Reed to beat Georgia in case we get to the SEC championship game. Dude, it's just not care about your health, not care about your body. Go win a freaking football game, run through a brick wall, run through a defense, just push, strain, and give it all. Haynes King or Tom Brady? I got to be honest with you. I'm going Haynes King in that matchup. I got to go Haynes King there. I mean, chat, Haynes King or Tom Brady? That's a clear Haynes King. Come on. That's a clear Haynes King. Haynes King clears Tom Brady, dude. Especially Haynes King versus Georgia. Georgia, Haynes King. Okay. We talked about Calzada, Bama. But how about the QB1 that year? It was always Georgia, Haynes King. There's Calzada, Bama. It's a tweet. Wow. If Georgia plays Texas again, they ain't beating them. Tom Brady can't even wear his cleats. Yeah. What's up, Matt? We're just watching Haynes King win a football game. Jimbo ran this dude out of College Station. Yeah, this dude's clearly the GOAT. It's pretty incredible. Haynes King looks like an NFL fullback. Damn, Haynes King, I'm so proud. I'm so happy for you, Haynes. I'm so happy for you. You had to go through this Jimbo program. You didn't get the love you deserved here, and you found it. Happy for you, buddy. 464 yards of offense. Let's have some transitive warfare here. Georgia Tech, 464 yards on this Georgia defense. Texas, 259 yards against this Georgia defense. So Aggies win. Aggies win. I know, man. Yes, Haynes King is out of bubble gum. Georgia's ass is grass and Haynes King is a lawnmower. Carson Beck, little dunk pass to the running back. And he's still running. Big gain, big gain. Georgia still can do it, man. It's not over. Haynes is my king. 3-man rush by the Georgia Tech defensive line, but it pays off as they only get 3 there. They're going to have to score pretty fast. Maybe Connor Rugman will become the next Haynes King. I would not be surprised. Good pass. Good pitch and catch. Uh-oh. Kirby Stark still has that button in his pocket. I have not even been looking at the Nebraska-Iowa game, but something's happening in there. 3 seconds left, 3rd down. Something's going on. Beck, deep ball. Overthrown. Something's happening in this Nebraska-Iowa game, but I couldn't tell you what. The game is tied with 3 seconds to go. Okay, Iowa's lining up for a game-winning field goal right now. I do not know how they got the ball back. I fear we lose that game, Matt. I fear we lose to Haynes King. I'd rather play prime Tom Brady. Georgia Tech looking a little confused. Kirby will have Georgia playing Matt if they lost tonight in the SEC Championship. Yeah, he'll use it as fuel. Riola fumbled. Wow. Touchdown, Georgia. So do they onside kick it? They have 3 timeouts. Do they onside kick this? 3:40 to go. 3 timeouts. I would say you need a chance to get the ball. Iowa made it. And the 2-minute drill. I would say onside because you need a chance to get the ball back because they have not been stopping the Georgia Tech offense. They need another opportunity to get the ball here. They need a chance to get the ball. If Georgia loses, what does that mean for A&M? It means nothing for A&M, really, because A&M's path is clear. You have to win out. But for Georgia, it means if they don't win the SEC championship to A&M or Texas, that they would be out of the playoff most likely. Yeah, Iowa hit a game-winning field goal. Appreciate the support, Vale, whoever you are. Vale saw the whole thing go down from the minute it entered my mind. The millisecond. You can pinpoint it as I vocalized it and it moved to my fingers. Nothing non-con. It means a lot. It means a lot. It's a loss, and if you lose the SEC championship and you have you're a 4-loss team, and you're being measured against 2-loss teams, you're not going to make the cut. Just like A&M wouldn't if they lost the SEC championship. So this just means they can't lose the SEC championship. If they end up losing, they're kicking it off, by the way. They could win this game. We could be looking at overtime. Do I miss Haynes King? Not particularly. Although this version of Haynes King, I mean, better than Tom Brady, so I would take him. But it's a different system. It's a whole different deal now. We're past that. I'm happy for Haynes King. Georgia Tech going to return this. We have the longest home unbeaten streak. In regards to A&M, it means nothing. Yeah, that's right. That's right. It means nothing. Yeah, Georgia's been locked up in the conference title for a couple weeks, since last week. Oh, no, 2 weeks ago, I think. Well, last week the dominoes fell, but they played their last conference game 2 weeks ago. That Iowa field goal just went down by like a booty hair. That was so close to missing. Wow. All right, Georgia Tech, chance to win this game. And there's the penalty. If Georgia Tech pulls this off, I'll buy the stream Taco Bell hot dogs. Dude, I cannot believe Taco Bell is making hot dogs now. You'll buy it for all of us? Deal. Deal. If Georgia Tech pulls this off, we got Taco Bell hot dogs for the stream, brought to you by SB Hustler. Taco Bell wieners. There's one, SB Hustler. There's one. Every time. It never fails. This is part of the lore of this channel at this point. Yeah. Them and the Chick-fil-A fajitas. Unexpected, but great. Is Georgia going to win this? I don't think it's all Carson Beck. I just don't think they have the weapons, the go-to weapons at receiver they used to that hurts Carson a lot. Haynes King passing on 2nd and 13. They completed it! They completed it! It's going to be 3rd and 1. Haynes King clutching up again. What the hell? Burger King sushi. Third and 1. Can you hold this together, Georgia Tech? Fake pitch. Run inside. Where's the ball? Oh, no. Georgia got the ball. Georgia's winning this game. Georgia's so winning this game. Haynes finally, that stamina bar finally went to 0, and the ball carrying attribute went down to like 20. That's bad ball security running in those. That's heartbreaking. Oh. Jinkies. Yeah, Haynes King, that stamina bar, those arms are getting pounded. He's been running into the trenches all game against the Georgia Bulldogs. Wowza. This is football, man. This, not the outcome I want, but this is fun. I'm enjoying the show, but come on. Get a stop. Get a stop, man. Yeah, he turned into Tim Tebow. They got him on those racehorse grade steroids. Injected right into his veins. Georgia does not have to drive the field. They're like at the 50, right? But they have to score a touchdown. Field goal doesn't do it, so they do have to get that. Do I think Ruben Owens will play tomorrow? I would guess he suits out, but I would not expect a huge impact unless there was like this long-term plan for him to be ready this game where he's been ramping up and the ramp up leads him to some sort of role, but I would guess he's not a huge impact guy in this game. The next game we play in, he'll have more of a role. But I would not expect too much from Ruben on a first game back. This is crazy, Casey. We've been watching. It's crazy, crazy. Haynes King was the hero, but he just ran out of stamina. That stamina bar hit 0. I don't know. Just got smashed. David, that is almost a 2-minute mute for you because that is very nitpicky. That's almost a 2-minute ban. I considered it, but I won't do it. That's almost a timeout, David. Too sassy for me. I'm betting A&M wins by a game-winning field goal. Yeah, seems to be. Most people have this game by a field goal. That's possible, Easy. That's the one way he's very effective, is if, like, yeah, he maybe could have played last week, but they want to build him up and not risk it, and he's ready for this game. Georgia Tech legacy pick 6 incoming. Let's go. I need it. Oh, this place is rocking now. Thoughts on the game? We win it. I talked about it a lot. Just rewind the show. But basically, D-line is going to be the biggest factor in the game for us. D-line has to be at their best. And if we're banking on that, we have a good chance because they have a really, really good upside. We know. They reviewed it? They reviewed it. I don't know why. Pick 6, yeah, pick 6. Benzo, get us some pick 6 energy going, Benzo. Haynes can get the game-winning drive after the score. They're gonna score. They have to score this play for that to happen. There's a really good chance Arch plays. I think not only if Quinn gets hurt, but if they're not getting what they want out of Quinn because of the injury. You're saving it, Benzo. I got you. All right. This is it. They put 5 more seconds on. That means we get more freaking commercials. Damn it. He's trying to be Haynes King. He's not Haynes King. You're Carson Beck, dude. Who's that guy y'all say Carson Beck looks like? Simple Jack, that's the one. Timmy! He's Timmy from South Park. Sid from Someone said like Waylon Jennings or something, and I got Timmy from South Park, Simple Jack, Sid from Ice Age. That's not where I was going. There was like a Waylon Jennings. I don't remember who. Not Waylon Jennings. I don't remember who it was. That's ridiculous. But yeah, it's true. He's a horn dog too. Yeah, it's pretty incredible how we haven't been called for holding. Or holding for us. No one watch Ice Age. Yeah, I saw Lagway today. Push off. Clearly offensive. Clearly offensive, guys. It's offensive. It's offensive. It's offensive. It's offensive. No. Yeah. Yeah, I see it. I see it. Defense got him first. That's fine. That's fine. I'm okay with the call. I don't like it, but I'm okay with it. After the replay. Beck wrapped up, tackled for loss. No, he got a yard out of that. Wow. About to cancel hotel room. If you need someone interested and needs the hotel before I cancel by midnight. I would have taken it, but it's too late now. Ask the chat. I don't know anybody, but anybody need what Robert's offering? He's very, very clutch offer for someone who needs that. Ball batted down. It's going to be 3rd and 9. I bought one ticket for myself. I'm driving there. I'm driving back. And if we win, I'm driving back and I'm going live at 1 a.m. So, guys, if we win tomorrow, I'll be live 1 a.m. If not, I'll be alone in a corner. Probably naked. Probably cold, shivering. But that's the life we live here, isn't it? Correct, Michael. Third and 9. He can scramble here. He's got window here. Did he get that? He might have gotten that. What's the spot? First down? Look at Sid from Ice Age running for his life. Looks like he's chasing the last melon there. Yeah, I'm feeling... As soon as the turnover happened, Georgia's winning this. SB Hustler. Touchdown. Damn. You just knew as soon as I got the ball back so close. Yeah, that was a pick six looking ass pass. I think they cheated. Cheaters. Let's block this PAT for the win. He blocked it! All right, Haynes King has a chance to do something insane now. This just sets up the story for Haynes King, guys. This is where Haynes King wants to be. In fact, I wouldn't be surprised if Haynes King set this up for himself. Dude, I don't want to ever see the overtime rules in action ever again in my entire life. They need to die. Let's just go NFL rules. And if someone scores on the first possession, the other team has a chance to answer or pass it. That's all you got to do. Do y'all think that we just need to play another quarter for overtime? First team to score wins. Unless it's on the opening drive, then the other team has a chance to match or pass it. Haynes King also got them in this game. Live by Haynes King, die by Haynes King. But we all really lived with Haynes King today. NFL rules. Yep. Why not? Like, why are we overcomplicating this thing? The short field is still kind of weird, but it's better than what we're doing now. Yes, after 2 overtimes, you literally just go back and forth with 2-point conversions. It's like the same deal, but it's like one and done, and it's worth 2 points. Like, you have a chance to match, you have a chance to stop them, but it's only 2-point conversions. Yeah, it's this year's the first year, or last year. No, it's been a couple years, I think. Haynes King scrambling. Be nice to Haynes King, guys. Yeah, Penn State only went 9 overtime with that rule. Haynes King's playing like there's no tomorrow. They're playing really slow right now. This is like the Bears this weekend. Good pass, Haynes. Get out of bounds. Wow, that's a huge play to Chase Lane. That was a huge play to Lane. Because they'll try a career long here, obviously, with nothing to lose. Lash, that is just out of nowhere and unhinged, but it just makes sense to me. Lash is just living his own world right now, and he's just ready to fight with this game coming up. Look at Lash. Look at Lash in the chat right now. Lash is just on one, man. Out of context. Was there context here? I love it, Lash. What's up, Kelly? I might miss Hinsking a little bit. Where would Chase fit in our offense, you think, Drew? Probably our third, fourth option. Yeah, for sure. King would. I think Lane could fit in any offense. King for sure, easy. Yeah, King was not a Jimbo quarterback. Two timeouts, 20 yards. You have one run play available to you if you want it, and you want to burn that timeout. Because it's a running team. Oh, I can't look at chat. Y'all are like a play ahead of me. Some of y'all are. Math Streams is behind. Completed pass, dropped. They're going to call that a fumble, aren't they? Okay. Wigman was definitely a Jimbo quarterback. Yeah, for sure. Nothing to see here. Move it on. Snap the ball. Okay, they're not reviewing it. Bring in the blitz. Picked it up. Tip ball. Incomplete. Harmless. Plugged in guys say Ewers is out. I don't think so. I'll look, but everyone's been making that joke. Like, people will be like, Quinn Ewers out. Idiot. Like, that's the diagnosis. Third and 10. Who's the plugged in guy, Matt? I don't see it anywhere. Take the field goal. I don't know. I mean, they could run it once, but you run it. Oh, no. I mean, yeah, you can't risk it. You just got to kick it. It's 4th and 1. I thought he got it. Oh, you know, if you miss the field goal, Georgia has a chance for a Hail Mary. Probably, but I think I still kick it. This is weird. I don't like the officials measuring this. It's just fishy. There is a kick 6 on the table here. Did you post your cell phone number in the chat? I think it got deleted because I don't think it lets you do that. But yeah, I don't mind you trying to sell your tickets here. No Ewers tomorrow. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe. There's a chance he doesn't play. He's probable. He's not playing. It's not like official yet. It could all just be a game, though. I don't mind which one. I don't mind playing Arch. I would love to try it. I mean, of course, like I said, the upside's there with Arch, but I would love to try him in this environment and with our pass rushers. Yeah, a kick 6. Okay, they're going to go for it here. Shit. Y'all probably already seeing this. I'm not looking at chat. It's a light box, but it's also... Timeout. Yours is 100% playing. I mean... It's not true. He's probable. It's 90%. But yeah, very likely he starts the game. But there is a chance we could be looking at Arch tomorrow. Yeah, I definitely picked up on the limp that Marcel had late in that game. But that's just a tough football game. People limp late in football games all the time. I don't think it's going to be anything big for Marcel. He was definitely banged up at the end of that game. That would make sense, Easy, but everyone I've talked to, they really want the SEC championship and they really want to beat us. This rivalry is real for them. That's his grip walk, brother. Damn, Matt Gazava. I'm not looking at chat because y'all are seeing this play already. Blocking you. Blocked. Oh, I don't want to look at it. I see the chat's moving. Y'all know something. They're passing. Tip down. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. This is going to overtime. They're going to overtime. I almost caught that. I don't want overtime. I have a steak downstairs that's just dying to be cooked and eaten. Literally sitting on my kitchen sink thawing. It's thawed by now, and it's begging for me. I hate overtime right now, unless it ends in 2. I'm not looking at you guys. Timeouts. Oh, this is... I'll just take y'all with me when I go grill downstairs. How's that? Thanks, Matt. Have a good night, man. Shit. They're taking a knee here, right? They're going to try this, aren't they? They're trying it. Take a knee. Take a knee. Just take a knee. What if this happens? What if this happens? No worries, play to win. Fumble. They fall on it. All right. Now it's overtime. Well, this game just added 30 minutes. Wow, it's a rivalry. We have a visitor on the stream right now. What's up? What's up? We all know who's going to win. We're just going to go through this together, though. The steak will wait. Oh, hi, play to win. Hi, man. Oh, you meant the dog. You meant the dog. Dang it. Yeah, he's a handsome boy. He's a good dude. He's a beautiful black lab. He looks huge. He is huge. 80-pounder. Do you want to come here? Come say hi. What's up? You smell that? You smell them? They're stinky. Chad is very stinky tonight. Good boy, man. Georgia being in a must-win spot and next to Atlanta is kind of scary. That's true. Texas will definitely have a substantial presence at the game. It's an hour and a half away. This game coming back is just as big to them as it is to us. They're going to have guys that bought tickets to this game, guys. There's going to be a solid 15K Texas fans at this game. It doesn't mean it's not anything bad. It's just going to happen. Yeah, it's a black lab. This is their first game back for them, too. And the fact that they could go to the game and be in their bed within a couple of hours afterwards, they're going to take that. And then it'll be the same way next year when we go there. I'll be at the game next year in DKR. I'm getting PTSD from hearing Reese Davis explain this with the freaking Cheez-Its all over the place. I hate Cheez-Its. I hate them. I hope it moves from Atlanta. I want to go. I'm going to try to go. I'm going to price it out if we somehow make it. There will be, Easy E. There will be. We'll be fine as long as the students didn't sell all their tickets. As long as the students show up, it's going to be an amazing environment. Oh, David, I just threw up. What's wrong with Cheez-Its? How about I hate them? I hate the commercials. And I hate that they're the sponsor of Overtime because I hate Overtime right now. I'm just not in a good place with Overtime, and none of us are. You threw up? So you got to eat more, huh? Oh, David, 5 minutes later, completing the chant. If the Aggies win tomorrow, when I go live at 1 a.m., if we win somehow, I will drink some of this Da Bomb Beyond Insanity salsa. I will do it for the fam. I'll do it. I've been looking for a reason. I haven't eaten it since the preseason. It's death. Maybe I'll put some of that on a Cheez-It. What if we go 2-0 tomorrow? I'll take a bath in it. No. I mean, this game in basketball will not affect my pain levels tomorrow. Handoff. He could have gotten it stuffed, but he broke the tackle, so he got a gain of 4. Guys, overtime's underway. Georgia got the ball first. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go now. 1, 2. Let the bodies hit the floor. What pepper is this? I want to say this is just habanero, but they just add acid to it that makes it worse. It's habanero, chipotle, and just a bunch of citric stuff. Tomato paste, lime juice, orange juice. It tastes like ass. Short run. All right, hold them to a field goal here. Yeah, that's the one on Hot Ones. This is the one that destroys people on Hot Ones. That song is 20 years old. That's crazy. It's not pleasant. It's not like something I would add if I want something hot. It's meant to be like a meme or like a joke. Well, that Georgia got a first down, so we're screwed. We're screwed. Noble Guy and Jeb here. I think they were. I think they're gone now. They could be lurking, though. Who knows? We'll find out right now. They were here, though. Play to win. Touchdown. Touchdown, Georgia. Noble's still here. Thanks, Noble. The lurk is strong, and I appreciate it. All right. I have a challenge for someone in the chat right now. If you've been lurking the whole show, you've been here the whole time from start to now, and you haven't commented in the chat yet, just say hi right now. If you've been lurking the whole show, say what's up right now. Just for fun. Boosting the stream numbers. Thanks, Noble. Oh, God. Matt, you've been here. You've been commenting, Matt. I'm not getting my hopes up, Noah. Jeff! What's up, Jeff? There we go. There we go, Jeff. There we go. That's what I needed right there. Appreciate you, Jeff. Let's get Jeff on the screen for a minute. Appreciate you, man. Well, it just feels like Georgia has this game right now. Thanks again, Jeff. The legend, Jeff. His name of Jeff. I really hope we're scouting our next opponent right now. Who knows, man? Who knows? And they beat Florida State. Yeah, Kelly's here. Kelly's on a drive right now, so she's not commenting play to win. She commented earlier. We got a good community here. Lil Shy has not stopped by tonight. False start. This was fun. This was fun. It was a good time. I think SEC game's next weekend. I'll double check that. I believe it's next weekend. And then it's Army Navy. Yeah, it's next weekend. Next Saturday, 3 o'clock. Pretty crazy, huh? It's just the varying results of what happens if we win, like with a win versus a loss after this game is just insane. It's a true playoff game. Good job. Good play. They made it all back up on that play. They made it all back up right there. Back on schedule. As a collective, we missed the fullback position. I really like the H-back position. I really like a sneaky fullback in play action. So, yes. But I like spread offenses as well. Quarterback draw. Got it. Do it, Noble. Start an army of podcasters. We'll have an army of them, and we'll have round tables. Come on. Inside handoff. Gain of 3, positive-ish. Oh my goodness, that O-line was like twisted. Man, we about to get twisted. You remember that ad? If Tech scores, they go for 2. I don't know, man. I'm not looking at chat right now. Man, I know exactly how these fans feel right now. At least it's not Auburn, though. No offense, Auburn. Haynes King! Come on, baby! Linebacker. They're going for 2. No, they're not. They're kicking it. Uh-oh. I'm nervous about this. They can block this. He nails it. All right. Yeah, oh my goodness. I was hyped in that game, and then once we lost control of it, I just became unwell watching that Auburn game. Y'all could probably tell by watching me live. I was having a good time, and then all of a sudden it just got real depressing. Wow. I will die tomorrow. I will be dead tomorrow. Here we go. King's done. King's done. I'm pretty sure King's a senior. Yeah, King's definitely a senior. There's no way he played under 4 games, though, right? He might have gotten a medical red shirt. He might have gotten under 4 games one year, or at 4 games one year. Let's score Georgia Tech. Georgia Tech pushing the pile against Georgia. So yeah, then he has another year then. That's insane. So then 22, 23, 24. One more year if he got that medical. Or no, he played 2 games, so it's just a red. Well, playing 2 games had to have happened because of medical reasons. So he has to have gotten the medical red shirt. But the 2020 was that year anyway. Fake reverse, pass, and he's free for a first down. And he fumbled and he picks it up. What the heck? What the heck? Haynes King did miss several games with injury this year, though. I'm not looking at chat because Georgia Tech could score here. Imagine Georgia Tech scores and then gets the stop, dude. That player just had a heart attack. Living through what just happened there. Fake pitch. Keeper Haynes. Touchdown, Haynes King. That's King touchdown to you. Haynes King, the king of touchdown. You know what I wouldn't want to handle is an overtime game tomorrow. I would just go hide in the bathroom. We going for this? Or someone's calling a timeout. Georgia Tech called a timeout? They gonna do this? Are they gonna do this? No way. No, he said 1. He said 1. No, you don't have to go for 2 in the second overtime. It's not till the third. Right? Do you have to go for 2 in the second overtime now? I thought it was a third overtime. No, third is just 2-pointers. That's crazy. So they forgot. They forgot the rules. These rules are stupid. Georgia timeout coming. Nope. Almost a pick 6. Getting too cute, I think. Wow. This is part of overtime, though. Georgia has to get the two-point conversion themselves as well. 1 interception. 1 interception. Georgia has the ball. 4 wide, snapped it. Under pressure. That's a touchdown. Wide open touchdown. Damn. Piss poor. This is where Georgia wins it. This is where Georgia wins it. We knew it was coming. Here it comes. It's done. It's going to happen. Georgia's winning this game. It's so clear. It's so obvious. Georgia's winning this game right now. Georgia Tech's asleep. Congrats, Georgia. You're about to win. Congrats, Georgia. You're about to win. Yep. 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 Snapping the ball. It's a formality. He's open. He's open. He didn't get it! We keep playing football! We got... Oh! New overtime rule. The coaches just get in the octagon and fight. And Bruce Buffer announces the fight. And you get a referee. And whichever coach survives wins. Wow. We got triple OT. I got to get a Miller Lite. Miller Lite, Matt. It's Miller time. Matt. We got stupid-ass two-point shootout right now. This is the Georgia Bulldogs versus Georgia Tech in triple overtime, man. College football, baby. This is it. Cheers. This game has been over 3 times. Uh-oh. Carson Beck has nowhere to go. Incomplete! Oh, no. I'm feeling the cheesiest, coach. I'm starting to feel cheesy. Dude. I can't look at the chat because some, 20 of y'all are ahead of me. Math streams failed me. This is crazy. I want to... Lining up. Lining up, and there's a timeout. Penalty. Okay. All right. I have to block the chat. Y'all are ahead of me. Kirby Smart's trying to argue himself a win here. Timeout. Incredible. I love college football. Them games were good to me. The first flag on sideline warning is just a warning. The second flag is a penalty. All right, I'm blocking the chat again. Here we go. I kind of feel for these fans though, because we're going to be in relatable state tomorrow. With more stakes than they have. All right, win with the score here. And another timeout. Here we go. I'm not looking at chat. Here, this is it. This is it. You know timeouts. This is the play. Haynes King, my darling. Haynes King, my darling. Snap is out. Dropping back to pass. Throws it the end zone. Oh. We're officially in quad overtime. Mickey Mouse making money. For overtime. Nothing about Quinn Ewers, guys. It's still just a rumor. I don't think it's real. Oh, man. That sounds disgusting, David. 2 beers and done. I gotta save my energy for tomorrow. Georgia Tech back on the field. Loud stadium. Come on, Haynes. Wow. Block in the back. Are you sitting with your brother at the game? No, I'm not. Okay. I'd like to see this, and if I see roughing the passer that just got waved off. Nah, that's not really roughing. Defense. Let's go defense. Drop back to pass. Nowhere to go. Nowhere to go. They're all covered up. Holding. Holding. Do I need to grab a third beer? If we get to 7th overtime, I'll have a third beer, but I don't think that's happening. Third beer on 7th overtime. Honestly, I do feel a little bit differently about this not being a part of it. Being a part of this sucks. I don't like these overtime rules in general, but I will say it's way less painful not being a part of it. thought you went to bed, Lash. They reeled you back in, Lash. I'm not looking at chat because y'all are ahead. I'm blocking it. Georgia Tech is a program on the rise. Carson back 5 wide. Weird formation. Bring in a blitz. Completed. Uh-oh. Georgia's going to win. Now, how can Georgia Tech get 3 points right now? Can we draw that one up? Where's the 3-point line? That's funny, Makanzaba. All right. Lock in. Haynes King's going to probably lose right now, if we're being honest. Georgia's about to win. I feel it. Georgia's going to win this game. Damn it. It would have been crazy. They got it! Oh my goodness! O-line! O-line gave him time. What is going on? Is this the 6th overtime? I put the third beer at 7 overtime, so I really didn't think it was going to happen. It's not going to happen. Whoa, this is insane. Wow, man. This is unbelievable. I called 911 right before I passed out. What are we talking about there? I'm not looking at chat again. Can Haynes King do it again? I doubt it. Kirby, you're annoying me. Kirby. I get it, though. Football hysteria. Dude, if this was the Texas game tomorrow, I'm literally just sitting on the toilet with my head between my legs, throwing up. And every stall will be full of people like me. I'm Taco Belling my hot dog in the bathroom. All right. It's just a slow burn. Blitz. Can't get out. Georgia's winning this game, guys. Georgia's clearly winning this game. Georgia's clearly winning this game. All right, Georgia, just get it over with. And we know. I know Georgia wins. Georgia Bulldogs this. Georgia Bulldogs that. He dropped it! What a loser! Oh, the tip can throw you off. The tip throws you off. Holy moly, dude. Wow. I'm going to mute you, Lash. That's very rude. That's very rude. Amari's dealing with that in his own way by having done it. We don't have to bring it up over and over. Seven overtime. They tied our record. Blocking chat, blocking chat, blocking chat. Fake pitch inside. He got stopped. They're trying to run the Haynes King special. You can't do it, you dumb bitch. You can't be Haynes King. They literally just ran the Haynes King. Fake pitch, inside quarterback run with the freaking power blocking. No, you're not Haynes King. You're not him. You're Carson Beck. You do other things, but that's not you. Holy cow, dude, we have a chance. We have a chance. You're not Haynes King. You're not that guy, pal. You're not that guy. Oh, my goodness. No chat. No chat. I don't want to know it. I don't want to know. Dude, they have a chance right now. They're not going to get it, are they? They're not going to get it. I hate you! So we're either winning right now or getting eighth overtime. Oh my god, dude. Get a quick beater over the middle in case they bring the house again. You can win the game with it. What the hell? Flag! 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 No way they got a call. No way! Oh my gosh. This is where you want that fullback. We're in that big fullback with tobacco under the lip, just right there ready to hit someone in the face. 1 yard gain for the win. Oh, no chat. No chat. I don't want to see it. That took some cojones to throw that flag. Dude, you got to get escorted out of this building if you lose right now. If Georgia loses, you got to escort that ref out of this freaking building, man. Oh, it's from the 1.5, bro. It's from the 1.5. I'm sure y'all have already seen this play. Georgia defense confusion. Georgia defense confusion. King runs. He got stuffed. He got stuffed! Damn! 8th overtime! What the hell, man? Jesus. Georgia's winning this game, man. Georgia's winning this game. Good thing for whoever's playing Georgia next week, though. Unless they lose. I don't know, man. It's a lot of reps. This is crazy, man. Bring back the fullback. Georgia's going to win. Yeah, Georgia's going to win the game right now. Thor. Give us luck, Thor. No, I don't want you to be the jinx. We'll ride the status quo. Sorry, I can't look at the chat because y'all are ahead of me. Kirby Smart timeout incoming. Damn. What an effort, though. This is where Georgia wins it, guys. This is where Georgia wins it. At least they look vulnerable. At least they look vulnerable. Blocking the chat. Sid's gonna do it. Sid's about to find the last melon. It's like the only Ice Age reference I remember. Georgia's winning this game right now. Georgia is so clearly about to win this game. Inside handoff. Got in. Damn, that's heartbreak, man. That is heartbreak. Heartbroken for these boys. Yeah, Tessitore is like too excited for this, man. Like oddly excited. That coach hug is insane. I've never seen a coach embrace like this. I've never seen a coach embrace like this. They felt that game, and now they're feeling each other. I'm sorry. Oh, I get it, though. What an emotional game. What an insane game. It was a privilege, an honor to watch this freaking football game. And at the end of the day, Georgia Tech got a penalty call in this game. Yeah, that's a very good point, Matt Hardy, sorry. What a game, man. Kirby blitzes are insane. They played on Thursday and we had a short week. That is unfair, actually. I hate that. Both teams should play on Thursday the week before. Or both teams should play on Saturday. Today is Friday, but the other team played on Thursday. Please be my future opponent. Please be my future opponent. Please be the team I play next. All right, guys. That was a fun night. I enjoyed that, even though the less fun outcome happened. But, hey, at least Georgia's not backs against the wall next week. Hopefully we're playing them next week. But, guys, I will see you on the other side. Next time we talk or next time you hear from me, tomorrow's game will be decided. Best of luck to y'all. Best of luck to the Ags. Damn, man. Next time we talk, it'll be decided. Let's get it done. All right, guys. I'm going to go grill a steak. Y'all have a great night. See you either right after the game tomorrow with a loss or at 1:30 a.m. with a win. Adios. Gig 'em. Beat the hell out of Texas.